I think we're live. Yeah, we're live. Welcome back, everyone. It's been a while. We're here on the MapperCast podcast, episode 55. 6 years into the community. I almost forgot to mute the podcast, but regardless, Rat, Alp, and Mysterious could not make it, and our featured mapper today is Aram Mapper, or Aram Mapping. And then the fan winner is Robert the Kinderin, and he has the fan requested in the description below it. And the list of topics are always in the description below, but I'm going to read them out anyway. So the first thing we're going to talk about is to discuss the pros and cons of Aram mappings, out the future of UAE. And then fan requests talk about other mapping podcasts. And then we'll be pulling a wildcard topic out of a hat. We had to remove a topic here, so we couldn't. So if you notice, and then we'll be discussing our longest procrastination in mapping videos, and then we'll be discussing the results of the poll of the day from the MapperCast Discord, and then we'll be discuss about the recent rising Mapper 6 at H. I think that H is silent.
S6, yeah, I think.
Yeah, and then we discuss the confirmation of Justice Kavanaugh to the American Supreme Court. And then this is something that kind of enraged me on my Discord server. But apparently there's a controversy with Liechtenstein, so we'll be discussing whether Liechtenstein is a country or a micronation.
Lovely.
And then free for all for Q&A, and then quiz gives the Mapper family and say goodbye. Fortunately, Random Mapping's not here for the Liechtenstein topic. So as always, the links of the Mappercast members are in the description below. We have our guest Wonder today. Entyarr could not make it because of his mic. Well, he did make it, but his mic is being retarded, as he puts it. So yeah. So as you guys know, I'm Void Viper here, the host of Mappercast.
Hey everybody, Cosmic here. It's great to be back. We've had a little bit of a break, but I'm glad to be back. Let's have an awesome show.
Hola everybody, I'm 99 Veteran. I'm here today. I'm in this MapperCast.
Mindria's just dying and why is everybody
we're all dying of
We're never gonna get the fucking introductions right, I swear to God.
We're all dying of Black Plague.
I'm sorry.
Alright, Mindria,
And the
say your introduction.
Fucking hell.
I got
Your
this.
mic.
Flu season,
Wait,
by the way, guys.
I'm not
Flu
the-
season. Get your shots.
Alright. Ninja,
Hello everybody, it's Mindria here.
And hello, Tyler Chris here. Let's enjoy the talk like MapperCast.
Excuse me.
Wonder was muted. Sorry.
Shut the fuck up, Chris.
MapperCast SCP.
come on, Wonder, I believe in you. You can say hello. I'm
Wait, it's mine. Hi, I am
No, you
Wonder
can't.
Waffle. Hi.
Are we live?
Yes.
Yeah, we're live.
Everybody.
Okay, let's move on.
I like that Canada in the background.
Some guy's dying back here.
All right, so regardless, we'll be discussing the pros and cons of error mappings, All the Future of UAE series. Apparently, are you a computer scientist? Because you count from zero. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I did watch the series, and I don't know why you went from animated country balls in the sidebars to non-animated country balls in the sidebars. I'm not sure what the reason is that for. So I guess it's a hassle to do it, but I would say it should be some consistency with that, unless you're changing your style midway. But I guess you did that. I like the secret question mark person in the story but then the part where I think it was Abu Dhabi getting it looked like Abu Dhabi was getting stabbed, but I couldn't really see that. And then the gunshots, they look like they don't pierce through anyone. It just hits them and nothing happens. I guess if you're talking about kid-friendly content, then you don't show the mark. But I think a little bit indication that the country ball was shot will be a nice addition to that. Besides,
What was that?
the obvious guns, snipers, sky versus a drawn helicopter, then I don't have much to say about the series. Obviously, for someone who's not from UAE, I don't know every names of the country balls, and they all look very similar, and I don't know the flags either, which I find it to be a nuisance.
Okay, yeah. So this series, it was definitely interesting. It was the first show that we've reviewed in a while that I actually filled up an entire page of notes for. But to start, I just want to say the music for episode 1 and episode 2 were so like strange and unfitting. It just felt like a Club Penguin Halloween event. It was really weird. It made no sense to me. It was like this weird, goofy spook music. So I definitely none of that. I really like that you use country ball animation because I feel like whenever someone actually animates their country balls, it adds a, it elevates the series to a level of professionalism that you're not going to get with slides. So I was sad when I saw that go because that did add to it. But one good visual improvement you made is, for some reason, the first episode, the aspect ratio was off on the map, and then in order to fill the rest, what?
We surpassed our record.
Yay, we
did. Within the first 5 minutes, we surpassed our record.
Congratulations, guys.
76 viewers.
Can we stay on topic?
Yay! Yeah, we're getting off topic, guys.
Okay. Anyways. So yeah, I was disappointed when I saw the animation go, and then for some reason in episode 0, when you were trying to like fill the negative space on the screen, instead of black bars, you opted for just like the UAE flag, I'm guessing, and it was really weird and didn't fit. Like just do black bars. Anyways, but besides just a bunch of little tiny things, I like that you made the text red for emphasis. One part, just little details like that add just a little bit of spice that I can appreciate. But for me, the highlight and the part of the series where I actually got sucked in and was interested was the mystery bit. That part really intrigued me. Just the question mark guy shows up. You can kind of feel the fear, and the music fades a little bit and goes to a more mysterious song, which I really appreciate that you ended the music, because too often in mapping, music is just used as a, it's not actually used to emphasize emotion in a scene. It's just kind of a blanket of noise over a video. So I'm glad that you actually faded out an unfitting song and put a fitting one in. And I really liked that. It was interesting. And then the part where the other nations came in to investigate what happened and everyone was just dead or in a coma and the city was deserted, that was incredibly interesting and spooky. And I really enjoyed that. And I really hope going forward, you'll take advantage of that and do more like interesting out-of-the-box things with the plot, because you're definitely heading down a really great direction there. So just keep going in on that. Tiny little criticisms. The text size is pretty small compared to the size of the map, so I'd probably up the text size a little bit. I'm not a fan of the pixely font you chose. It's a little too like Minecrafty and hard to read sometimes. And some of the flags are hand drawn and others aren't. Like, just skip out on the hand drawn flags, man. Just use flags. And yeah, other than that, I thought this show's heading in a good direction. You just gotta steer it the right way. Don't lose control. That's my 2 cents.
Before someone's triggered about using flags instead of hand-drawn flags.
Definitely use regular flags. Hand-drawn flags are no bueno.
Yeah.
Get ready for the comments, man. Get ready.
You just triggered the entire chat.
I might have. I just might have.
Yes.
To take this in one direction real quick, we can probably talk about this later, but yes, curved flags. Cheese is right. Always curved flags, but don't hand draw them. And I'll just say 90% of the so-called Poland ball rules that have been established are fucking stupid and should be smashed, and they're terrible, and they make videos worse. So that's my 2 cents.
And you triggered people.
If a flag in the world right now has a curvy flag, but it become a country ball, would it be straight?
He says
That's the paradox. I don't know. That's one of life's greatest
he
questions.
says yes. I don't think he actually heard that when he said it.
So, Wonder, did you watch the show?
No, I did not watch it.
You know who has the? I think I know who has the answer to this question. The Jews.
What?
I swear to God, Batran!
No, the Jews know
Okay,
everything.
Come
So
on.
I have one more thing to say about the series. Like, I noticed that, like,
Kidding.
Cosmic pointing out, episode 0 is a little different. Like, the map layout is different from episode 1. And I also noticed episode 1 is also different from episode 2 with the Iran. So what the heck?
Yeah. I mean, the series is still...
Get your ratios Correct.
It's still in its infancy, so there's definitely going to be some growing pains with the visuals, especially. But a big improvement, I would definitely say go back to animated country balls. It might take a little longer to make and render, but do it. It's important, and it makes you more professional. Definitely go for that, and if and when you do, which I hope you do, definitely speed up the transitions, because one of the major issues in episode 0 for me is the transitions, the cross resolves. They were so slow that the movement with the animated country balls kind of overlapped with each other, and it was a little jarring. So definitely speed up the transitions if you do go back to animated country balls, which you definitely should. So, anyone else got some?
Well, I've actually seen his videos. I just watched the beginning of his episode 2 because I was bored one day. I love that music choice you used, the Bowser music.
Yeah, same, really.
No, not the Club
I
Penguin
love
Halloween
the
event
Bowser
special.
music.
No,
I made a mistake of watching episode 1 and 2, like have them playing at the same time, so I couldn't keep track of the music.
Did you
Oh, that
rewatch
was
it at
weird.
the
I was
same
like, what's
time?
going on?
Props on the Bowser
playing-
Wait, I heard Club Penguin in there.
Yeah, it sounds like
What
a
is
Club
that voice
Penguin
crack?
Halloween event sound. That's why I love it so much.
How dare you
And
insult
also
Mario music?
Well, okay, so
I mean,
anyone else have
Penguin's
anything
not
else
bad.
to say about the
It's not,
series?
no, it's not.
Or shall we move on?
Let's move on, I think.
Yeah, that's
Alright.
boys.
Next topic. Let's talk about other mapping podcasts. Well, I would say right now that
No.
if you want to make another mapping podcast, go ahead and do it. You don't. It doesn't have to be a copycat of us.
It doesn't have to be
Already
a
too dead.
competition.
Unless
No.
that was your
Talk
intent
about
of what it was
tutorials.
before. But
Make
yeah,
a tutorial podcast.
I don't think like other mapping podcasts are actually an issue. I don't know what other mapping podcasts are out there, but if someone's doing it, it should not be an issue.
Yeah, as long
As long as it.
You know, I
No
remember.
long
competition.
I
as
remember
there's
when we
no like, yeah. So long as you do it, cover different topics from what we do, then yeah, I don't know.
Well, here's my general rule.
You can also have
You
your
can-
own views on
You
it.
can talk about whatever you want. The important thing is you just got to set yourself apart and be, an interesting person to listen to. I think the biggest problem with other mapping podcasts, not all of them, I feel bad I haven't seen Chris and Cheese's show, but I'm guessing that they can hold together a pretty good show.
Yes.
But what I've seen with a lot of other things, you saw this a little bit with Sermo. Sermo wasn't as bad, but Sermo, especially TMC, and then some others that just kind of pop up, is too often it just becomes a bunch of people goofing around and making memes, and that's like not interesting for people to listen to. Like I tuned into an episode of the TMC podcast once. They were just playing Cards Against Humanity. Like, that's not a podcast. That's not a show. They're just playing video games. Like, okay, you want to make a Cards Against Humanity video? Okay, but this is a podcast, and you're just playing a video game. Like, that's not... and you got to put a little bit of effort in. Sometimes that means not always acting like how you would in just normal conversation. You gotta,
I mean, if you.
you gotta
I mean, if you,
try.
Unless we do
Try
like
to
a
make-
podcast and host.
I mean, if you want a good
game,
podcast,
like
you must have cosmic mapping.
Gary's mod.
Oh, it's aw.
That's the secret to having a good podcast, is having cosmic mapping.
All right, Cosmic, get on the Jesus podcast.
Gary's
now.
no, like I'm saying,
Narc
like,
chat.
Hey, Cheese, you want to invite me? I'm available anytime of the fucking day.
like I'm saying,
Hey
like I know
guys,
in
do you
the,
think you can ever achieve 100 watchers someday?
no, I'm saying like in the beginning, like when we
Actually
first started
possible.
the podcast, like the history of MapperCast had like issues with like what podcasts intend to compete with this one. I mean, sure, if you want to compete, go ahead, but like I don't know what the deal with. I remember what the issue was, but I don't know how to describe it now because our views kind of like changed over the course of the time. But all I'm saying is, if you want to make a podcast, just make it. But if you're just gonna use the same topics for MapperCast, I would say you're not being very creative unless you're like critiquing what we have said
Heyo.
about the topic.
That's not
Maybe.
professionalism.
Well,
What?
are we actually
Nothing.
professional? I don't know.
Or
I mean,
That's
if
debatable.
you're gonna have your own views, then sure, but like,
If
do
you-
not personally attack. You know.
I wouldn't
Don't do
necessarily
personal
like
attacks.
we're not the most professional, but I mean, there's a level of dedication that you got to have that we've
Yeah.
clearly exhibited.
And
yeah,
don't
not-
start
not
a fight.
on
Don't
podcasts
start a fight.
where-
okay?
I'm not trying to start a fight. I'm just saying,
No,
like,
no, not you. I'm just trying to tell people like saying
Oh, okay.
don't try to challenge. Like, don't try to like start a fight or something like that, or else there's gonna be like I don't know. Yeah, So
just-
otherwise,
just-
I'll be fine
This
with you.
is a little bit of a side thing from what I was getting at, but yeah, you're right. A lot of the time, it seems when people start a mapping podcast, it just becomes, "We're better than MapperCast. We're gonna get you,"
TMC
and that's
is
like
better.
the whole idea. The show
But
is
in the
just
same
built on
argument,
a
it's like
bed of
MapperCast is
memes.
better.
MapperCast is dying.
Oh, MapperCast is dying.
I'd beg to differ because the thing is, you got to have some dedication, and you can see the dedication peter out when these shows only have like 7 episodes. It's like, oh wow, that really was great. And here we are. The secret to having this a good show is trial and error, you know, and developing your skills
That's
over a
super
certain amount of
cool, man.
episodes. So like here we are. Say what you want about us, but at least we got some dedication. Here we are over 2 years later, episode 55, and we'll be here in another 2 years. So there you go.
Yeah.
We'll be here until we're 80.
Probably not.
Maybe not till we're 80, but
Yeah, I will probably die before 80.
No, I think people can be critical of us if they want to, but then like people who say it's boring are not very critical.
yeah, that's not criticism. That's just
If we gotta critique something, at least do a suggestion on the side of what we should do.
Yeah, that's a.
We might be able to take you up on that suggestion if we run out of ideas.
But we kind of turned it away from talking about other mapping podcasts. We're just talking about like the interactions between ours and them. I think it's like just to focus on this a little bit more before we move on. Like, what do you guys think has been the best example so far of another successful mapping podcast? Like, what? Because so far we've seen there's been Sermo, there's been Chris and Cheese's show, there was the Rat
TMC.
and Chris,
TMC.
there was Screamfest, TMC. I think TMC. You know, I don't mean to sound like an asshole, but the TMC podcast is probably the absolute worst other one.
Yes.
Oh my god.
No.
You know, maybe I
No,
haven't
say that,
seen.
don't say
Maybe
that.
no, I'm not trying to be a dick, and you know, maybe that is. I'm not saying that from a place of mean and like, oh, MapperCast, we're gonna beat them and yada. And that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
So, I mean, you're suggesting like their whole podcast basically being, we will beat MapperCast. This is our entire podcast.
This is
Yeah, it's
our
the whole
entire
show. I go
life.
to
This
it.
is what we accomplished.
It's
I
like I
mean-
go to an episode of TMC a lot of the time, and it feels like I'm a dad walking in on my 13-year-old son having a sleepover. Like it's just a
Wait,
bunch of
what?
like they're just making memes and inside jokes and yelling and playing video games. Like you guys gotta, I don't know, maybe I'm being a bit much, but that's my stance. That's my 2 cents. There you go.
Oh,
Cheese
you'll
is like-
Screamfest. Screamfest is the other successful podcast.
Oh,
Oh no.
Screamfest is a fucking scream mess, man.
Cheese is saying he tried to cancel it, but he got booted from TMC.
Oh, rip.
no.
Oh
Okay.
shit, I forgot to message Chris.
Don't worry, Cheese Waffles. We can take you up.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Okay. So
No, I'm
next
serious
is,
though. If you want to join, I mean, you can ask.
Wildcard topic. Yep. There you go.
Oh, here we go.
Wildcard topic,
Let's
everybody.
see
So,
Cosmic's beautiful face.
God damn.
What is this?
Chris muted Wonder Waffle. What the
What?
Why'd you mute?
heck?
What?
Oh, that was like 20 minutes ago.
All right, unmute your mic, Chris. All right, here we go, folks. Let's see how
All
bad
right,
my
the
face
most
looks
important
today.
part of the show,
Oh, hell yeah.
everybody.
Oh, you're.
Oh,
that's
there we go.
beautiful.
That Democrat.
Hey, everybody.
Ah.
How we
do
doing?
something.
I like how you
have to
just
do
hide
anything.
that Democrat flag.
Shush, Viper! I swear to God. Okay.
Nothing wrong
Here's
with
the
being a
wild card
Democrat.
topic hat, everybody. How are
I
we?
brought my Make America
Nice.
Great Again hat. Okay.
Here we go. Zip bop doo. Rip the front through. Zip the zap the zip zap the zip bop beep. What do we get?
We should get a wild card
Is it
topic
dumpster diving?
theme.
No,
Yeah.
why is it not dumpster diving again?
It's not dumpster diving. We got what is your preferred bra size? Oh, Alp is here.
Alp, you joined at the wrong.
Give me the worst.
Raw size. This is for no.
I love this.
What's
Welcome, Alp.
Okay, well, you gotta give us more context. You mean our bras?
What's
Okay,
your
Alp,
fucking
if you can't talk at all, you
size?
probably shouldn't be here, man.
My preferred bra size is G cup.
Okay. A lot of the topics in the hat currently stem from a lot of the topics in the hat currently stem from debates and very nuanced discussions that were held on the MapperCast Discord. I can't remember
What
when
is
this
your
happened.
bra size?
This was This was
What?
about a month back. We talked about what this was, and I gotta say, B cups, easily. How about you guys?
Sure.
I don't even know the
Anything that's between C
I don't
or
even
D,
know
I
the
don't care.
definitions. Come on.
I
Sure.
don't really care in the end, but I prefer C or D. Like
2
anything
centimeters.
past that is a little abnormal. I mean,
I
I'm
like
kidding, I'm
I
kidding.
like B
kidding,
cup
I'm kidding.
breasts because they're very standard. I don't like I'm not like I'm a big boob guy. I'm a bro. I don't like that. That's too much. That's
bet
one-
Viper's a
that's- it's got to be down. Viper doesn't have a leg in this race because as stated, you know,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
we know his lessons.
Yeah.
I am not a fan of big. I'm not about that badunkadunk. I like B cup standard size,
Dunks for
normal
ass,
female
not like
size.
You know what? I'll say C.
I have to keep like
I
looking.
mean, I like C or D because I mean, not too big, not too small, just right.
Yeah, CRD as well. What about you?
Yeah,
Wonder?
I don't know what you guys. I don't know the definitions of anything you're saying.
Yeah,
Talking about bra size.
yeah.
Talking about bras.
Yeah, I actually don't know what it like. What's why
We're
is
talking about female.
You don't know what a bra size is?
no? I
Wait.
don't-
What were you gonna say, Viper?
No, I don't know. I don't know what you guys mean. But people say E
Yeah.
and then X and then A D. What?
Those are bra
I
sizes.
don't know what this means.
Viper.
Is there somebody who
Viper.
likes C sizes?
Viper, no, Viper. Let's not tell. Just let him have his innocence, okay? Viper's still too innocent.
Yeah, I
for
think
this.
I'd rather not know.
He's too pure for this.
Yeah. You're
I bet Wonder is totally into D cups.
Oh my god!
What the fuck?
Oh yeah. What is it? You didn't say.
I don't
You
know
know-
what you're talking about. I
Canada has statistically
what-
smaller
You say you don't
boobs,
think-
okay?
Wonder.
Canada. I like. Look,
Don't talk
I
about
like a nice small
Cosmic.
breast.
Cosmic.
Put that on the docket. I like.
Cosmic. The Canadian people are too innocent for this.
Canadian people are pure souls.
That's why I'm wondering Viper don't know what we're talking about. They're Canadians.
Alp, as long as you're here, you got to tell us, man.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, bra size, Alp. Tell us.
What's your favorite ball size?
What?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
What's your favorite? It's a straightforward question that
Yeah.
deserves a straightforward answer.
Oh, I was gonna say something, but now I'm not gonna say something.
Say it.
No, I'm gonna be tortured for the rest of my life.
Say it.
Yeah,
No, don't
Peter's
worry.
not a
We'll get
pure
used
soul.
to
He
this.
has like.
Come on.
He-
I am no pure soul.
So
He
tell
played
us.
trumpet.
I'm no pure soul. I'm being pure.
Let's
This
get
isn't,
this
this isn't
over with
that on
already.
the nose. This isn't like that crazy. They're not like, oh, what's your favorite kind of
Let's
anal?
get this over with
Just-
already. Come on, Wonder. What is
Come
it?
on, Wonder.
Like a E cup.
Oh, dang.
E. Oh.
It doesn't. Yeah,
I don't
how's
have
that a big
the-
deal though? How's that a big deal? I don't.
Oh, that's
It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. E cups are not a big deal. Everyone that's saying E cups in chat. Why are you talking? Why are you embarrassed about that?
E.
seems to be a little too.
Oh, I get it now. E.
Okay, should we move on?
Yeah,
Can we
we should.
please?
Yeah. Move on.
Yeah, please.
Okay, next topic.
Oh yeah. So longest procrastination in mapping videos. So
Someone explain this better
I'm
to
gonna
me.
vote Batman has the longest procrastination of all.
Yeah, that's bad.
So what do you mean by procrastination mapping video is like it's not about I don't have time and you're not gonna work on it, right? It's like when you have time, you know you can work on it, but you don't. So yeah.
I used to do it, not anymore. Now I want to map, but I don't have the time. But I used to have the time, like a lot of time, but I just didn't do it.
I'm in college and I have 2 jobs.
Yeah, see, Badfriend has a excuse.
Donald's job.
I have an excuse too.
Really?
I mean,
2
I
years
have
ago,
like 3
you
days,
had
3
college?
days. So I don't know.
Wait, 2 jobs?
As in, I said 2 years ago.
I have an interesting relationship with mapping procrastination. Oh, there goes Alp. For me, it's different because it's not kind of just a hobby. You know, writing stories is kind of like the career I want to pursue. That's what I want to do with my life. So it's this weird. So whenever I procrastinate, it's less about I don't want to map and more about like I'm scared that I'll suck. And it's just this whole shitty
that's me.
pit. Yeah, Mindria gets it. It's this terrible pit of just self-doubt and hatred and depression and anxiety.
Lovely.
Oh, I
I
hate
hate
that
it.
so much.
Lovely.
And that can go on for months. So
Years.
I get it, but usually it's not just because I'm trying to avoid it. It's just because I'm, when I do try to write, it just becomes this whole terrible process, and then nothing good comes out. because it's just self-doubt. So, yeah, it's a pain in the ass, and I hate it. What were you going to say, Chris?
I think it's a problem for you, but like people who feel it's a hobby, I don't think they feel that way.
Well, even if it's a hobby, like if you're doing it for a long time, eventually it's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, have you
Procrastination's
noticed
gonna come up.
Neocats?
Even if you're doing it as a hobby right now, like from time to time when I'm working on a video, I'll like 5 minutes later I click off, go on Discord. Oh, there's my procrastination right there. Or like doing something that's not productive in the production of mapping video. Not excluding having to eat dinner or lunch and all that, but like because that. If you know you can just continue working, but you decide to click off and do something else, that's procrastination.
Oh, you meant
what I do all the time.
So even when I first started mapping, I had this moment. I was like working on a slide, and then 1 hour later, I was chatting on Skype.
I get it now. Cosmic explained very horribly. Yeah, I didn't use it. I mean, if I had free time now, I probably would feel that way. But before, I did not feel that way. I just didn't want to map because I just found it too boring.
Well, I could say technically procrastinating. I'm not sure. But like for me, like over the course of time, like before, my procrastination times were. I can go for I can do days of procrastination now. Basically, I know I have time to work on this, but I just don't do it. I just sit around and do nothing.
Oh god, these ants!
Wait, what?
I'm having an ant problem right now, and they're just everywhere. Oh,
I have a fruit fly problem, so
I'm having fruit flies too. Wonder.
That's probably why they did.
You know the worst part? There is not a single motherfucking properly working fruit fly trap that you can purchase. And they sell these little shitty like peach ones. They look like they do not. Yeah, Wonder knows what I'm talking. They do not go in there. They just
Cosmic. Isn't there some kind of lamp that attracts flies, and then when they go inside, they die? There's like some mosquito trap.
I used to have one of those.
Lamp.
Cosmic.
Entyarr is here. Can you talk, Entyarr?
I don't know. Can I?
Yes, you can.
Oh, you did.
Welcome,
Entyarr. I add him back in the description, and a guy removed Alp because he disappeared.
Yeah, you gotta. Well, no, you should keep Alp because he's still technically in the episode, I guess.
I would like to say that I'm very sorry for being late. My microphone had some settings issue, but I fixed it now.
You're not forgiven.
Welcome. So, while he's here, before we move on, we need to touch on the wildcard topic that Entyarr.
Oh my god!
He didn't get to answer it, and I feel like he deserves a chance. So, Entyarr, what is your preferred bra size? Like, what is it?
And now Alp is here.
And now,
that was the wildcard topic.
That's a wildcard topic. What bra size is it?
Bra, sorry.
No, you're fucking.
What's your bra size?
Sorry.
That's not what we meant, but okay.
What's your preferred bra size? Do it! Say it!
FBI, open up.
Am I right?
I prefer not to say.
Say it, motherfucker!
We're not, what is this?
Someone's insecure about their sexuality.
I'm insecure about my bra size.
Mute him.
Not about your bra size. What should do you? Whatever. Yeah, I can't get
Okay,
it.
you're officially hated now by everyone in the MapperCast.
Fair enough. I'm already hated.
I feel bad for if I press keep editing the description.
That's
Entyarr and Alp are back. Okay.
Just leave Entyarr and Alp. Just leave it there.
Also, we can
All
bring
right.
out.
Can we visit South Sudan?
Hold on.
Podcast.
Before we move on,
the
we
actual pot of MapperCast, not like to give it.
Oh yeah, we didn't finish the procrastination, so let's continue that.
Okay, hold on. Just before we do, I want to say we should probably add the Entyarr topic back.
Yeah, I did.
Right,
What's the NPR topic?
Poor Viper.
Okay, well, getting back on track and actually doing the podcast part of the podcast. I'm interested in who here, because for me it's like two different distinct processes. I used to do this way back in 2015 when I first started. I don't do this anymore. I know Alp does this. It's when you write the story as you're making the slides. So it's like every time you write a piece of dialogue, you don't write it on a document first. It's when you're doing it. It's during the slide. So who here does that?
Sometimes.
I used
I
to do
used
that, but
to
I
do
just stopped.
Sometimes I just, if I don't know what to fit, like sometimes in my script is like, oh, let's say war of this, and then in between I don't have any dialogue. I just come it up as it happens, or something like I have dialogue and then some action happens. I don't know what actions. I just come up, I just make a random action and it happens. Like for me, it's like half and half. But sometimes I just don't use the script. Sometimes I do. That's fun.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes like everyone does this.
But I wouldn't call that procrastination. I would call that progress. Like script, I consider that progress. But then in terms of clicking off and going on to watching YouTube videos or something, or even watching another mapper or watching Kings and Generals, then yeah, I would call that procrastination.
I was just bringing that up because I never procrastinate just like making the slides, because that is just fun. Because I can't write while listening to anything, so I can't listen to music there. I like making the slides.
Avengers team.
Yeah, I like making slides and just copying the text in. You get to sit there for hours and listen to albums and podcasts and shit. So I don't program. That's just fun, you know. It's grunt work, but it's fun.
If you actually like write a script for your own purposes, for like fun, instead of like making a script for a video, then I would call it actually procrastination.
Oh, there we go.
Yep, there you
I
go,
would call that
everybody.
procrastination too. If
I
it's
think
not
anyone
related.
makes a script just for themselves.
Cosmic, you just got wrecked. Be quiet.
I don't really get what he said.
I'm gonna take a nap now.
I
Good
don't,
night.
I don't,
Oh,
I
What
don't,
the
know.
heck?
What?
Not bad, friend.
No, you're not.
Yeah, you're gonna be yourself.
You're not gonna be able to nap of us talking.
Lovely.
I remember when fucking Rat just fell asleep while we were in the call.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he instantly fell asleep. And then he woke up like 10 minutes later.
Okay,
Speaking of which,
geez.
what happened to
Let
Wrath
me
of
just-
Mapping right now?
Like this is he couldn't make it. This is a completely unrelated thing, but I need to say this. Alp's probably going to disagree with me, but if you write your dialogue while you're making the slides, stop. Write it on a script
Why?
first, because it slows you down. When you're writing, all you need to be thinking about is writing. Yes, it does.
No.
It's slow. Yes, it does.
No.
This
No.
Speeds you up significantly.
Are you
I have to
kidding me?
disagree as well.
No.
Usually when I write scripts and then when
Oh, just write it at your own pace. No one cares.
The
I
reason
would disagree with that,
Okay, well-
Cosmic. Although I do agree that writing it on like a document is better planning, but in some cases where you really just need a filler, then no, I would.
I genuinely believe that this is like the main reason why a lot of mapping doesn't have that great dialogue, is because people, first of all, you don't have the ability to go back and look over things and be like, oh, maybe there's a better word choice here. Maybe I should open up the
You
source.
can.
It's very,
Well,
Like,
no,
like
not
me.
really.
It's
If you
very-
watch
it's very-
the video.
it's just very lovely when people interrupt you.
It makes the process so much.
Don't interrupt each other.
Well, no, I have to disagree with that as well, because
I said one sentence and I need to
if you
finish
go
it.
back, like let's say one scene, right? You go back and like watch that scene again, then you also think about what you could do to change it. It does not mean it has to be done on paper. Like it doesn't have to be just on paper. It could be like the whole scene itself. Like I'm gonna have to. Yeah, sorry, I got disagree.
I mean, I once tried to write on a script. I mean, when I do videos which are not mapping, I make a script. But usually when I'm mapping videos, I don't do script, because when I write on the scripts and I'm supposed to write them in the actual video, I realize how shitty the script is.
Are you turning into a fucking robot or something?
In my
Okay, guys, I got a compromise. I got a compromise here. Whenever like you have a new idea, you can write it down, and then you can formalize it on like the little writing paper thing, and see like what points you have to hit first. But you don't specifically have to write out the whole words. Just what you have to cover.
It's like I'll phrase it this way.
I mean?
I think any movie would be good if the writers wrote it as they were filming. Like,
Yeah,
but
mapping is
not
a bit different. Yeah, mapping is a bit
how?
different.
Well,
Look, all you have to do is just write down your ideas on a piece of paper and then try to hit all the points. Okay?
Well,
Oh, you
this is
want
what I do. Like
Lord
whenever I think of
And
an
then the
idea
dialogue.
that I think is good, I write it down and then see what I can do with it. I don't necessarily write like dialogue by dialogue. I write like the idea and then come up with the dialogue midway. Sometimes I write the dialogue if I think the dialogue is very good, but otherwise, a lot of times I don't.
Well, I always write the ideas first and before doing the script.
Yeah, like I write the ideas.
Yeah, ideas are another thing.
Like a brainstorm, and then dialogue. If it's necessary for me to write the dialogue, I write it. and I put it on like a notepad file and call it scene number 8.
Yeah, like writing a script and writing
Yeah,
on
like,
a
if it's like
completely
scene
different.
7 where there's no dialogue, I don't like that.
Okay, someone's mic is like exuding some
Is
static.
that a-
I don't know who it is. Is that
I think-
Entyarr?
No.
No, I think it was Alp.
Yeah, it
Alp,
sounded like a
Alp,
fucking
it was Alp.
microwave.
Yeah, I think it's
it was Alp.
We kind of strode away from the procrastination topic, man.
That's okay.
We should move on. So
Yeah.
next
Let's
is
do the
ask
NTR.
NTR if he deeply regrets not joining the MapperCast crew. For
Why
those
is
of
this
you
a
who
question?
doesn't know the history, when MapperCast was first starting off, I was trying to get some members. I asked NTR, he's like, no. That's basically what
No.
happened.
Mega
He did it on Twitter. He's like, do I regret it?
Well, that happened a few years after.
So Entyarr, finally, you could have been here for the whole journey. You could have been in every episode.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Well, I don't think that I regret it that much. I mean, the first time that Viper asked me, he asked me on those YouTube messages things that you don't even get notifications for. He had
That's
to
how
actually
fucking long
contact
ago.
But you somehow read it?
Yeah, because you contacted me on Twitter or something.
Oh, yeah. I think he said like that.
Back then, I thought that I didn't think that I was thinking that I'm too like shy and I'm too nervous to be in front of like 30 people. But
Yeah, we all been there.
Probably
We all
there.
been there.
Yeah, I would be afraid too.
yeah,
But
30
I
people.
think I
oh,
did
wow.
say you don't need to show your face though.
I don't think that was the issue. I think it's just that public speaking is not my thing.
Yeah, no,
Same.
I
We
wouldn't
share
like
something
presenting
in
in front of
common.
class either. Especially when I'm like physically standing there.
Oh, depends on what it is.
Yeah, and today I'm like thinking, well, it wouldn't have been that bad. I could have actually like improved my public speaking like I am now.
Yes.
I wouldn't say
Actually,
that
yeah, I kind of
regret
think it
but
did for me as well.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't say that. I would not say that I regret it, but it's something nice to consider that I should have done,
That's what I regret.
Yeah.
especially the memes.
Yeah.
Part of me,
Fucking
I don't know.
would you eat-
Like, it would have been nice to have Entyarr. I think he would have been a good addition. But then again, if he came, I don't think we'd have the same, the eating ass remix probably never would have happened.
It would have.
What did I don't know. I feel like there's a certain degree of like
I mean,
separation
it's
that if
usually
you're outside,
excluded,
it's
you
more.
know?
If it would have, if
I'm
it
pretty sure NTR would be, if NTR was there, he would add his 2 cents to that. That's
He
all.
would've-
That's the only addition.
if he would have joined and would eat ass remix would have been made, I would have got that timeline instead.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
You know, he
basically.
could have also influenced the vote on. Well, actually, not really. Actually, never mind. Forget it.
NTR changed MapperCast history.
Yeah,
well,
I
That
was
would be like
already
an
a
alternate
member of
history of MapperCast.
that remix was
But then, like,
What?
Chris probably never would have joined because then we would have had 5 members.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, you see.
oh,
If Chris hadn't joined, it'll be slightly more boring.
NTR, why did you join?
And Chris show where Pottery wouldn't happen.
NTR, why
Chris
did you
never
join?
would have been brought together. Screamfest never would have happened. Chris would still be a cosmic fanboy.
Okay.
Chris would never have one
Let's
We
like
get 200
Can I
subscribers.
kick Luke? How do you kick Luke?
Oh,
Alternate
wow.
history
Dropping
of-
first names on.
Guys, alternate history of MapperCast.
How do I kick Mr. Fisher?
What?
Ultra history of Mapper. Oh no, please stop, Patron.
Viper,
Viper, we need the redone mapping dude.
No,
Yeah, we need Mapper Doodles, Matt. Boy.
alternate history. How to make a videos.
Oh,
make-
Mapping Dude!
What?
Oh shit, not that again.
We should
Yeah.
all go on alternate history of.
And the alternate
Yes,
history.
let's go on alternate history.
Yeah, let's go on.
I actually had an opportunity to
Just
go
walk
there
on
once,
it.
but I was like, no.
Anyway,
What do you mean go on it?
Like, I remember when he first started. When I first discovered Alternate History Hub, he had 300 subs.
Wait, how did
I
you
remember
get to
he had,
Alternate
like-
History Hub?
I only remember him.
Guys,
Don't talk
Asdip-
over. Hey! Don't talk over each other.
Asdip's here. I gotta announce that.
In my opinion, I thought Alternate History Hub would fail. You know what I'm saying? Like, he made really weird videos, like about gray world map, and just did some stuff with it. And I thought, Alternate History Portugal, PT.
I remember his Roman series, and then that's when it started picking up.
Yeah.
That was when I discovered it. Like the Rome. What if Rome never?
I discovered it when I looked through alternate history PT, and then I saw a related video called alternate history hub.
Oh my god! Alternate history of making a video saying, "Hello guys, alternate history. Today we'll make a video. What if Entyarr joined MapperCast?" What's first? Context.
Oh, I don't think he's gonna do it.
Yeah, you seen guys like long time ago. Like I was there for like the 1,000 sub special, I think. Like you remember, or 1,000 to 3,000 sub special. Like you seen my, I was in one of the Alternate History Hub videos, right? You guys remember that?
Yeah, I saw your nation pop up.
Yeah, that's how. That's early.
Yeah,
I remember it was so long ago. It was before I joined Mapping. I was like, hey, that's a guy whose tutorial was awful.
Why
did everyone laugh so hard at that?
I didn't even hear anything.
Yeah, sure. It was actually pretty, but it was still pretty good during its time. Not now, though. I think it helps a lot of people during its time.
I think, and then we have Emperor Tiger Star. I found him at like when he was like 5K subs with like World War II.
Oh, what the fuck, ACDF?
We have had on the show, people. Emperor Tiger Star has been here twice on my channel. Check it out if you haven't.
We're officially famous.
Alright, let's move on.
It was nice. It was like a level
one. We should get Cody on here. Even though I think we're plebs,
I don't think, unlikely.
We're too pleb for Cody. Actually, maybe we could get Cody on here if we go through like the middleman, like Tiger Star is the middleman.
Someday.
Maybe someday. When we get more famous.
He said
like,
no.
We get like I don't know.
I still need it, like, because I haven't talked to Tiger Star in a while. I still got to get like in his favor so we can get his voice.
Nah,
get, like,
I don't think we should get Cody on. Not because I don't like Cody or anything, but it's because I don't think it fits well with the podcast.
I mean, it's a fair. I'd say if Emperor Tiger Star is. Like,
I'm gonna put it right now. I don't think he's gonna do it either.
I mean, yeah, that's obvious. But I'm saying, like, in terms of fitting, it might fit. I don't think it'd be unfitting.
I think if Cody comes on here, we would, blast off.
That is,
gotta blast.
I would ask you what you think about Cody.
I mean, well, actually, baby, Cody, we're not too good. We're not too good for Cody. We are. I mean, Cody's too good for us, and we're plebs. Okay.
No, we're too good for Cody. We are too good.
We're too good for Cody.
Hey guys, can we move on?
MapperCast.
Let's move on.
We're too much of a plebs. If we get like 500 watchers per video, then I mean, I guess that we might be more legitimate.
I need to throw you into a volcano. Okay, next topic. We'll be discussing the results of the poll of the day from the MapperCast Discord.
Hey.
So, those of you who are not on the Discord, we have a poll that pretty much asks random questions and people vote on it.
Join the MapperCast Discord right now.
Description.
Guys,
link is in the description.
Come on, guys. Join the MapperCast
Okay, so I
Discord.
think the best way to go through this, if you haven't yet, there's a thing in the description. You can join the MapperCast Discord and participate in the poll of the day, which we're going to try to actually do consistently.
And you might even become a member or a guest.
Yeah.
You might. You have a direct line of communication with the elite MapperCast crew.
Oh, yeah.
If
you ask a question, we might answer.
So getting in...
If it's too good, though, we might enter in the podcast. But yeah, if it's simple, it's good.
So getting into the poll of the day, I think the best way to do this is I'll just sort of run down them and we can talk. So the first one is a little controversial and strange.
Yeah, very controversial.
Yes, very controversial. We got who was the best twerker in MapperCast? Me,
first
Chris,
ever question.
And the results were Chris with 18 and me with 22.
Chris, of course, is the superior one. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, my twerk was horrible. Yeah, you won, Cosmic.
Chris, what the fuck?
I never said that twerk was good.
Okay, I think that's...
But I never said
people are changing the votes now.
What? No. No.
Yeah, they are.
Wow, the Rat of Mapping's winning in the leadership poll.
Okay, let's continue before they keep changing.
Yeah, okay, alright, let me keep going. So, the initial results, the second one is I'll kind of recuse myself from this one because I don't think I should. It was,
can
who was,
say it.
okay, yeah, you go. You got it.
So who was the question was who was the best host in MapperCast? It was either Cosmic, Rad, or Void Viper. And Viper got 4 votes, Rad got 4 votes, and Cosmic got 25 votes. Next question. You go, Cosmic.
We're not going to talk about it.
You go, Cosmic. You go.
Okay, next one. All right, that was okay. Next question was, who is the best MapperCast duo? This one's a little up in the air. It's just kind of, I guess, who pairs the best in conversation.
Cosmic and Chris. Cosmic and Chris.
Yeah, that probably should have been another option.
Yeah, it should have been one.
No, it shouldn't have.
But anyways,
me and Rad go way back before me and Cosmic, so...
no. But
Yeah, but
That's where
Cosmic
you
and
and
Chris is the
Cosmic
most
got,
Cosmic-
like the biggest duo.
Rad of Mapping and talking about Chris' political podcast. Remember that, Cosmic? Before
Yeah, that
Scream
was-
Fest?
yeah,
Before,
but that was after you were on MapperCast. Whatever.
before Scream Fest.
Okay, let's get into the thing. Anyways, the options were Rat and Chris. I'll go. It was me and Mysterious. We got 2 votes. Then it was Pattern and Viper, who also got 2 votes. And then Rat and Chris, who got 26 votes.
Yeah.
So I think and oh, there goes the things. Yeah, we're kind of getting through now. This one is the absolute most mind-boggling poll of all of them, and I'm really excited to talk about this.
Okay.
We asked, what is the best season of MapperCast? The options were Season 1, which was the 2016 season, that got 9 votes. Then Season 3, which has been the 2018 season, that got 5 votes. And then Season 2 from 2017 got like 12 votes.
You are changing
course-
it now.
Obviously,
Of
it's the
course, now all
best.
the- all
Hey,
the-
people are changing the results. What the fuck?
Guys, what the
Oh my
fuck
God,
are
You know what I'm
doing?
gonna do? I'm gonna block people from reading it right now.
Nah, it's all right.
No, just for now, just so it doesn't change.
People are just changing results. Stop doing that.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
Guys, come on.
Just temporarily change them.
Let us do our podcast, okay?
All right. Okay. So yeah. So I disabled it temporarily until we're done the podcast.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, yeah. Season 2 won. And I'm so confused because Season 2 of MapperCast 2017 was an absolute and utter embarrassment. We were terrible that year. And I don't know why people... Why did that win?
There's actually
Like-
lots of memes came out that year, and that made us blew up for some reason.
Not really,
Blow up.
I think it's just because our channels were blowing up, like Cosmic's channel, my channel.
My channel was declining. I didn't upload
No,
anything
you
that
were
year.
blowing up. You went from what 3K to what 10K.
Well, that was like 2016 mainly.
No,
2017.
that was 2017. I'm pretty sure.
you can look at my social blade, man.
I
Okay,
don't
I'll look
remember.
at your social blade and see.
Maybe I'm wrong, but like the
I don't know why I
majority of
remember
20,
this.
like the late 2017 was a little bit better because I came back with the Christmas. But we're just talking about my channel.
Yeah, but yeah, you came back. It was all good.
Yeah, I'm not trying to.
MapperCast 2017 was.
Remember episode 39, terrible
Yeah, Cosmic,
podcast?
you went from 4K to 8K.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Still haven't done
I didn't
it.
upload anything in 2017.
Get out,
But anyways,
Cosmic.
so
But you did it.
yeah, no, I uploaded 2 videos in 2017, one in January and one.
What an active mapper we have here, boys.
I uploaded History of the Triplet Island.
What the fuck?
Cosmic
All right,
Christmas
next
in
question. Next
We
question.
didn't.
Guys, one at a time, okay?
Oh shit! This is it, guys.
What?
Kavanagh.
No,
what-
no.
oh,
The options were polls.
Oh, you didn't edit the. I did not refresh.
I'll
the
read
website.
this one.
I was
I'll
looking at
read
the
this
video
one.
description. Never mind.
All right. Anyway,
I'll read this one.
the next
Next
poll.
one.
Right.
6
What's
and
your favorite segment of MapperCast? Or depending on how you feel, the segment you hate the least? A. Mapper review, which got 2 votes. B. Wildcard topic, which got 6 votes. And C. Topics, which got A, B, C, D, which got 2 votes. And then the free for all, which got 2 votes. Wait, hold on, what's this? No, it's the quiz that got 2 votes. And then the free for all got 2 votes.
So the free for all
won.
won, like by miles, and then the wild card topic was a
Yeah, I'm amazed the
close
wildcard
second.
topic didn't win.
Yeah, I'm surprised Topics just got 2 votes.
Yeah, that was amazing because
I really
I
like
prefer,
because you can
I
just
prefer the topics the most because
Yeah,
I mean
me
I get
too.
why the free for all is the most popular because people get to actually interact and that's a lot more fun for people. But I don't know. Just as a person actually on the show, I like the topics because
Yeah, me too.
Wait, I just realized that one of our emotes is like 3 of our emotes are anime girls.
Oh, we're not getting
Explain
into
that.
the. All right, I'm doing the next
Explain
one.
that.
This was what is your least favorite segment of MapperCast? And the winner there was the Mapper review with 9 votes.
Maybe we should stop.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't really.
And I mean, why do you guys think that is? Curious.
Because people
You
don't
should have like a
care.
discussion channel for it.
I mean, part of it's probably because barely any of us, watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that.
what it is.
Yeah.
It'd definitely be a lot more interesting if we actually got into it and like discuss. Because the thing about the Mapper review is when we started it back in back when the show started, it was mainly we'd have a discussion about the show like we would with any other topic. But then like after Mysterious joined, it kind of became like he shifted the tides and it became everyone goes on a single long diatribe about it.
Oh, so you're now blaming Mysterious?
I mean, I'm not
Yeah, just
blaming
blame
him.
Mysterious.
I see how it is,
Well,
Caustic.
after Mysterious, he hasn't been here for a while.
I'm not saying that as a bad thing.
Caustic is a cyberbully who needs to be checked.
Hashtag
Cyberbullying channels are
to be a cyberbully.
No, be quiet.
Ironically,
Channels are.
ironically, the topics got 1 vote.
Aw. Anyways, so next one was we kind of escaped the realm of MapperCast for a second. Was what is the better film franchise? Star Wars, which got 12 votes, and then the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which got 14 votes.
I mean, like, the latest movie. I think people were thinking about the latest movies while doing this, not like the whole universe. You know what I'm saying?
I just think overall the Marvel Cinematic Universe it's much better. I mean, I grew up with Star Wars. I love Star Wars, but MCU is better. Let's be honest.
I think, personally, I think Star Wars is the best one, like because it has lots of more deeper lore in it.
I know, but that's only like the the legends and like. I mean, if you're a hardcore fan and you want to like buy a book, then
you can actually like there's a whole like different characters, not like the same character over and over and over again in Marvel Cinematic.
If we're just talking about the films, then the MCU has a much deeper lore.
No, not. I'm saying that overall, like you can like no, the same characters that get recreated over and over and over and over and over again in Marvel Universe.
No, not the Marvel unit. Fuck them, because here's a level that we gotta. The line I'm drawing. When we say MCU, I mean
Marvel
Iron
Cinematic.
Man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Iron Man.
I'm talking about like overall, though. I'm saying.
I guess. I don't know. Like any just all right. Let's keep moving. We got
people cannot die. People
All right,
cannot actually
best
die in
Cosmic.
Marvel.
I don't even think we
Cosmic is
should
the
talk
best
about that one.
Cosmic, this is you. I don't understand these emojis, so
Basically, we did a poll because there's like 50,000 emojis of me doing stupid shit on the Discord. We asked which one was the best.
Yeah.
So
All of them suck.
Wait, what's Nightmare Fuel? Why did you? Okay, who voted for that one? Oh, you were the only one.
I'm the
It's
only
just-
one.
Okay, Morty.
No.
Okay, so what's the next one?
No,
All right,
stop.
next one was which of MapperCast's sister shows are the best? It was the Chris and Cosmic Scream Fest with 17 votes,
Okay,
and then
can I give my personal opinion since I've been both of those shows?
then the Rat and IMC political live stream lost with 8. So
I voted for both of them, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I prefer Screamfest for one reason. We did this off camera, me and Rat, but me and Rat they had a rule that we could not be agitated while doing this. And since it was on Rat's channel, I was like, okay, Rat, sure. But like deep down, I was like, what the fuck, Rat? What's the point of having this so we can't scream?
Okay, here's the thing: I remember that. Like, there was a little, like, maybe month-long time frame in MapperCast where Rat was like, "We can't argue, guys. I don't like it."
Yeah, I know. That's why I prefer Screamfest. But it was also some good times, especially when we got triggered for like the first episode. Anyways, continue.
Hey, I
And
have
when you worked.
Oh, shut the fuck.
All right, next question.
Okay,
Which of the MapperCast animators is the best at Crunchyroll animating? A. Viper. B. Rat. C. Alp. Viper got 5. Alp got 3. Rat got 19.
Rat won by miles. I was a little surprised by.
I thought like Viper's gonna win or something. No offense.
No,
Rat.
because Rat has like well his animation is more smooth. That's why
Rat's
I voted for Rat as well for this.
I mean, Rat is amazing. I love Rat, but I'm just saying, like, it surprised me just because your fan base is a lot larger.
Someone just said in the chat, "Wonder have my babies already."
Well,
Okay.
are you gonna do it, Wonder?
No.
The man what he wants.
all right, mine.
Never.
You read this one.
Well, I'm back.
The collab one.
Wait, which one?
The collab question.
Oh, this one is about the collab, our alternate future collab,
Yeah.
and we asked if it's gonna be cancelled or not. So
So yeah, yes.
yes got 21 votes, and no
Well,
got.
the question was, do you expect it to be revived soon?
Yeah.
So it's a little, I guess.
Ambiguous, yeah.
Can I ask a question that I asked myself?
Okay, sure.
Okay, so since everyone here is lazy, I'll ask something. What particular topics do you find the most entertaining to listen to on the MapperCast? A, mapping topics, which got 8 votes. B, political topics, which got the most votes, 16. And personal topics, which got 9 votes. Don't mind the emojis. Next question, Cosmic.
Well, I want to talk about that a little bit. I don't want to just...
Yeah, sure, you're right.
Yeah, I don't want to just move forward. Anyways, it was pretty close, which I thought was interesting. I mean, politics won by a mile, but other than that, it wasn't like one of them trailed behind with 1 vote or some shit.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm surprised the mapping topics got a lot of votes. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I was surprised by that too. So I mean, it was nice. I'm glad that there's enough people that like the whole show is a good enough experience for them.
Okay.
The next one was this one's a little bit complicated. This was what was the best of MapperCast's historical member lineups. It's like, as the show has gone forward, each era kind of has, we added and removed people. The options were the first one, which was Viper, Batran, Mindria, me, and Lee Allen, which was like the first couple months maybe of the show.
I thought you were gonna say couple.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Then we moved forward. The next one was just the same thing. Exactly. The one after that was Viper left us for a while, and it was just me, Batran, Mindria, Chris, Rat, Mysterious. Then after that, there was kind of the season 2 with Viper, Batran, Mindria, me, Chris, Rat, Mysterious, and Alp, which is the newest one.
I'm just happy that A got only 1 vote and I wasn't there. So
that's a little sad. But yeah, so basically the latest one won with 14 votes. Then the second one was, sort of the me era with when I was on my channel with 7 votes. Then B 5 and A 1. So not too much.
See,
to say
Alp,
about
people
that.
actually won't use a member, Alp. See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alp improves the show.
Let's keep a clap.
Clap.
Why are we paid
We're not helping the member yet, right? That's the member.
Yeah, not a member yet. Okay, and it was the last question.
Okay.
Question was, if the map community was a country and you had to vote for a leader, who would it be? I'm just gonna say the ranks as we go. The first place came Rat with 16 votes.
Should build up to first place.
Whatever. So second,
I just noticed that Mindra's in every single one of them. He barely does anything.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean by that?
I mean,
He doesn't talk.
when we had a long time, when we did this poll a long time ago, Mindria was like first or second. Anyways, second place was me with 9 votes. Third place was what was it again? It was Cosmic with 4 votes. Then Mindria and Patron tied with 3 votes. No, they tied with Mindria, Viper, and Patron tied with 3 votes. And Mysterious with 1 vote.
I'm just happy to be Batman. That means I win the American election.
Wait! I forgot about Alp. He came like last second with 2 votes.
I'm still not last.
Yes, good job, Alp. You're not last.
16. Random mapping is actually 16 votes.
Mysterious is last. I don't know why I got 3.
I love Mysterious to death and back. He's like family to me. But politically, he's such a dingus, man. He's just so like. I think it's a type of dingusism that everyone can get behind, because his whole idea has sort of been like, I don't care about it unless it affects me, which is like literally what he said. If you go back and watch the Tiger Star episode, he's like, I care about this issue because it affects me, and I don't care about that. It's like so, literally.
It's so random that a guy called the Croatian Mapper voted for Mysterious. Just so random. Who is he?
I'm gonna enable them to read it again.
Yes.
So, Cosmic, let's be real here. Everyone knows I wouldn't be able to rule for shit.
Are you on the
You'd be
boat?
better than Chris.
Oh, thank you, Cosmic. Thank you.
Are you on a submarine or something?
Actually, no, maybe Chris wouldn't be that bad.
All right, next topic.
I mean, he'd be terrible. He'd be a disaster.
If Chris is like that, hey, if we remove everybody and it's between you and me, Cosmic, if everyone voted for Chris, then he'll probably vote their vote for me.
All right, next topic. I didn't
Well,
add it in,
actually,
in
Chris agrees with me economically over you.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that is true.
Alright, yeah, I need to drop you guys in the volcano too. Okay,
Moving on.
next topic. I didn't add this in description, but it was discuss about the recent rising Mapper 6. Which
I
I
don't
named
even
6.
know him.
So
Six.
it's a non-English mapper, which
It's a
has
Polish
really
mapper.
typical base Bulgarian and Romanian style, I would say. So I would say there's not
Shoot
much
me
to
in the
say
skull and end
besides the
my
same
life.
thing. So I don't know what is there to talk about. Whoever added this topic. So do you have something?
I didn't add it. I know nothing about this guy. I just know that he exists. If someone could like put his channel link in the Google Hangout chat so I can like look at it, that'd be cool.
He's the
Well,
fastest
he's
growing mapper
But
at the moment.
from what I've heard is thank you, Alp. Let me just take it. I will know instantly. I will have an opinion on him in a second. I just need a.
Oh, so Cosmic, he added USA with
no.
the same glasses. I'm just saying.
Without glasses or with glasses?
With glasses, but the meme ones.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Romanian also did that.
Okay, all right. I have an opinion.
I don't agree with it.
I just believed. Okay, I have an opinion now.
Okay. So, first of all, let me just put this out here. The USA with glasses thing is already such a fucking pitifully stupid thing. It makes me want to just end my life, snap my neck, any way to kill myself.
Sounds accurate.
Cosmic, sometimes I think you should.
Based on
Right?
that. Wow.
And the fact
Kidding.
that they would then take the stupidity of putting glasses on the USA a step further and deal with it glasses on him.
Because
That's
America's
bad.
great. What are you talking about?
I hate that shit because first of all, it just like it's part of that whole really bad. Like I know tons of people do this, so I don't want to come off as too mean, but it's part of that whole terrible pull and ball rule thing that's been established. Where you have to make Kazakhstan square, and you have to put a monocle and top hat on Britain. It's like
not
I mean, I don't think those are that bad.
I just think it locks the character, and not in all cases. Like I know Viper, you do it well. You're usually able to subvert those stereotypes, but
I
a lot
do
of
it,
the
but I
time,
don't do anything with it. I
Yeah, I
mean, I
know.
made UK drop his hat a couple of times. That's it.
Here, what the?
yeah, Viper's usually able. Yeah, Viper's able to subvert those stereotypes, but when you do that, you're just like you're fitting these countries into the stereotype of how they would act in reality, which I hate. It makes every mapping video that follows those rules into a pull and ball comic where the whole thing is, oh, look, this country is going to act like the stereotype, and that's not interesting. I want to see some character development. I want to see some interesting roots.
The thing I do it, the reason I do it, because I know someone in the comments is gonna be like, Kazakhstan is supposed to be a brick, or why is Kazakhstan a brick, or UK is supposed to have a hat and a marker, or USA is supposed to have sunglasses, because I know someone in the comments is gonna say that.
Most likely.
I would like to add that
I have a new challenge
Ball.
for that, all of us.
Hmm?
Let's just improve the rules and make Kazakhstan a normal ball, shall we?
I feel like Alp is in
No
like
longer
a fucking
required.
submarine.
Someone just pulls up our houses.
Alp, you're kind of talking to us through a submarine right now, man.
Alp is in the Navy. Don't you guys remember?
Alp is in the Hitler bunker.
Oh yeah, he does elections.
Actually, Alp is in the 1930s. Alp is in the 1940s.
Yes.
Entyarr, what were you gonna say before you got like cut off?
Yeah, I was gonna say that the Poland ball rules and the stereotype thing does not fit mapping because it's like a video thing and it's supposed to be serious. So if you just have hundreds of balls and they're just one square
Hundreds
or a
of
cube,
balls.
Oh, that's
Balls.
funny.
I am the best humor.
if you
Guys,
have
stop interrupting.
yeah, if there's hundreds of country balls and then there's just a cube and a brick, it really looks odd, and it places them out of place. It fits way more with the Poland ball comics as a
Entyarr could
humorous.
not possibly be more right.
I think the whole monocle and hat and sunglasses, I think they're good as decorations, but they shouldn't really define the actual country.
Exactly, and the worst part about like the
Personally, I
USA
think it makes it
sunglasses
confusing.
thing is because it gets rid of the eyes. The whole argument for why country balls are like the advantages of country balls that I've
Or
heard.
you're just too lazy to add them.
You know, I have to be honest with you. I kind of like it like that because I don't want to animate the eyes.
Oh my god.
Like, that's so the whole advantage of country balls is that it makes it a little easier to connect with the character, and you can't. Make
I mean, like a country with glasses makes them unique. Okay.
But if
Or else, if everyone has the same thing except different flags, it would just be like all like monotone.
Let me put it this way: I would not mind the USA glasses at all if they were transparent and you could see the eyes behind them. Then I wouldn't care.
I mean, I'm pretty sure
would
not
still
everyone, not a lot of people has the technology for transparent glasses. Even though, I know that it's pretty easy, but some people are not that. You know.
Smart.
Don't put glasses on.
I remember when in Ultra History we also put glasses on. Well, I don't know if he still does that, but he usually puts glasses
I
on.
don't think he does that anymore.
Well, you should do that.
Well, it works for all in the History Hub because it's like a narration.
No, and I remember like when he was making a video about the Cold War, and like he was supposed to make the Soviet Union and the US stare at each other. But the US had like sunglasses. He just wrote, "Just imagine the US staring at the Soviet Union." Because you couldn't see the eyes of the US.
I mean, he's gonna give Russia a Soviet hat.
I mean, well, that's what decoration.
Someone put in the MapperCast Discord top 100 Mindrias. Oh, I thought those were real. Shit. I'm dumb.
Okay,
I love
the
that.
topic,
that.
but I feel like back on the topic of 6 mapping, I think we're basically talking another typical Romanian base Bulgarian style. That's what I'm gonna say right now.
Yeah, he's the fastest growing mapper on the thingy.
Just like I genuinely don't understand. Like here, how much did he grow? He got like 17,000 in a week, right?
Yeah, look at his old videos.
Like some weird, crazy. Like okay,
Well, I don't think he got it in a week, did he? No, it can't be a week.
No, it was not in a week. It was over a month.
He got 1,000 subs in a week.
I could be. Yeah, I'm wrong because I
started
can't.
in 2016, and then he only started blowing up in like
September.
February 2018. Well, not February, March 2018, and then he slowly grew, and then in like July 20, then he blew up to 14K, and it slowly rise, and then 50K he blew up again to 17K. So it's not like a huge Romanian spike or base Bulgarian spike.
Yeah,
at least not right now.
If he gets 1,000 in a week, I mean that's it's crazy, but it's like you can't really.
Actually, he already
that's
accomplished
fair.
that. He accomplished that already.
Yeah.
Like that's all fair and whatever.
He gained 544 today. I mean, no. There's no Saturday. That's different.
You guys ready for the next
Hold on, I'll
topic?
be right back, everybody. Don't start the next topic yet.
Oh, we're starting it.
Let's start.
Yeah,
let's
Guys,
start.
we're gonna talk about Kavanagh today. Hey, invite your friends, please. This is what you've been waiting for.
If it's that, then we should wait for Cosmic.
I'll just be muting myself for this because I'm a Canadian and I have no idea what American politics are.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, same.
I'm gonna get
Politics,
involved.
goodbye.
Supreme Court justice.
I'm just gonna go be playing Arma. Just send me.
Okay, I'm back.
Actually, I have no idea what this is, but I want to listen to Cosmic and Batter and Screech. So I'm just gonna.
Yeah,
stay.
same.
Yeah,
When you're done this
part.
debate, just send me a Steam message. Goodbye.
I'll do it.
Same.
I gotta be on my phone.
All right.
Mute yourself,
Viper, you
everyone.
want to introduce?
This is Kavanagh, by the way.
Did Viper introduce the topic already?
I did.
think you might have.
All right, could you actually formally introduce it? Like, be the host.
I heard he's a judge in the United States. He had rape allegations by Ford, and that's all I know.
All right, but yeah, that because of those rape allegations, like, let's say, I mean, both me and Cosmic would agree here that the situation is more complicated than just rape allegations.
I mean, sure. I don't. Yeah.
I mean, okay, let's present our stances here. What Cosmic? What's your stance on this?
Okay, I think it's a fucking national embarrassment that this sexually deviant monster was put into the Supreme Court, and we're gonna have to put up with that piece of shit in the highest court in the nation for the next 40 years. And God knows what he'll do. He'll probably take away a woman's right to choose and whatever the fuck else terrible shit. I know you're gonna go ahead and laugh at that, but that's what his record shows. So let's move on. What do you think, Powder?
I think that look, this is you just. I'm in my opinion, you just read too much news. Okay.
I read too much news.
You just read too much of the what they tell you. You know, you don't actually you don't. How do you look? Here's the thing, though. What happened to like I told you this in the Twitter? Like, what happened to like innocent until proven guilty? Huh? There's all it does is just reporting.
Okay.
All it's just reporting. There's like during Ford's like I don't know testimony or whatever like that. All she did not list the time or date. She not even list the location. Okay, so all she did is just say this or that in like high school. Okay, so yeah, and also look, this is I'm just gonna say this here. Okay, she not even tell anyone about it. Not even her boyfriend. Not even anything.
Let's get into it. First of all,
no, let me finish. Okay, and I forgot what I would say. Okay, you can go now.
Okay. All right. First of all, I don't watch cable news. I haven't read a CNN article in 5 years, so I don't listen to what they tell me. I like that's what people default to whenever I try to make an argument. People say that. Yes, I'm gonna look. My skepticism is gonna be placed at the face of like the preppy bitch boy rich kid judge. That's I'm gonna be skeptical of him. All right.
I mean, yeah, like, are you judging
skepticism?
him?
Skepticism, yes. Always be skeptical of these things. But then once, evidence is given to you, it's time to throw away the skepticism is everything point. Let's get into it. She did tell people about this. In 2012, she talked to her couples therapist about this incident because she insisted during a home remodeling thing that she did with her husband that her house have 2 front doors. And it was this whole big thing. They had like a massive argument about it. The husband's like, why the fuck do you want 2 front doors? What's happening here? And she had a whole breakdown. It was yada, yada. They went to couples counseling later. And she told her therapist in 2012 about this event with Brett Kavanaugh. So it's just objectively untrue that she didn't tell anybody about it before. Why would she tell her therapist that in 2012? Does she have magical future vision that in 6 years this guy's going to be up for a seat on the Supreme Court and that she can take him down? No. Anyways.
But she didn't tell anyone back then. She didn't even tell her boyfriend at all.
Okay, well, she told her therapist in 2012.
Okay.
Which was 6 years ago. Before there was any comprehension that Donald Trump would run for president or Brett Kavanaugh would be put in this position. What?
What? No, never mind.
She told her, it's corroborated by her husband and the therapist and her. I mean, you can just say that they're lying if you want, but I feel like at that point you're just like, what is that based on?
I say I don't want to jump in. I'm just a lot of people saying in the comments about this. She says she refuses to give up the therapist papers and stuff like that. Oh, and wait, there was also Frick. Remember what's his name? Frickon Cosmic. Remember Frickon?
I'm looking away from the chat because I'm trying to focus on the thing with Batarang. I don't need the mob of people saying dumb shit right now.
Wait, I want to find what he said first. Wait. Just one thing.
And there's what?
Where I didn't find it. Just continue. Oh no! Wait!
So,
wait! I found it. But he says, "Cosmic, has Cosmic heard of innocent until proven guilty?" Then he says 6 of the witnesses mentioned have all said that didn't happen. I don't know if that's true or not, though.
I don't. Once again, with the 2012, I don't know enough about those specific witnesses. It could be about like the other allegations against him. I'm not too sure about. But even the Republican defense themselves moved on from trying to prove that this event didn't happen, and they moved exclusively to the mistaken identity defense.
Okay, well, here's the thing, though. Like, okay, so personally, I think this is. I mean, I agree. Like the same thing. Like the if you're like sexually harassed, you could speak up and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm saying I'm not against that. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that this is like all political maneuver. I'm just thinking that this is all like. This is like 2 days, and when this happened, like a couple days before Brett Kavanaugh's like interview or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel that this is like a political maneuvering by the Democrats.
Okay, well, first of all, that's
no. Let me finish. Let me finish. Okay, so here's the thing. Look, what's that woman earlier? The not Dr. Ford. Some early woman earlier. I forgot who she is, but Okay, so Dr. Ford, let's say hypothetically this happened. Okay, I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying maybe what if it did? Okay, so Dr. Ford wanted this to be all confidential. Okay, all confidential. Okay, and then she told one of her one of the Democratic judge or not judge, either one of those politicians. Let's just say a Democratic politician. She told one of her Democratic politicians, and then later on, when Brett Kavanaugh's going to get interviewed a couple days before that, she leaked that to this, let's say, I think Washington Post or New York Times, something like that. And then this whole thing started. But I'm just saying that Dr. Ford wanted this to be confidential, but the Democrats leaked it anyways, just to try to stop Brett.
Okay. Okay, let me get to about the political maneuvering. I don't know your personal stance on this, but I got to say it's a little rich coming from a Republican complaining about Supreme Court political maneuvering after what happened to Merrick Garland. They refused to even have a hearing on Merrick Garland for no other reason. They just straight out said, we are going to wait until after the election.
I didn't even talk about that.
I know, but there's a little bit of hypocrisy there. If you're so worried about the Democrats doing this thing, why didn't you say anything?
Yeah, well, two wrongs doesn't make a right. Well, if that happens, two wrongs doesn't make a right, okay?
Okay, sure. But literally in that case, it was just because they wanted to wait till after the election. They straight up admitted it. There was anything else. Anyways, in terms of Dr. Ford waiting until he was in this position of power. I mean,
she did not do. I'm not saying that
the Democrats. This whole thing did start when Brett Kavanaugh was put in the public spotlight, and if you're in her position, I don't view that as dirty political maneuvering. I think that's a heroic thing for her to do, to step forward, which obviously come forward with this traumatic event that she was bottling up for decades. Which is this is the thing. I know it's.
I found her name now. I found her name now. It's actually Senator Feinstein, by the way.
Oh yeah, Feinstein. Well, nobody likes Senator Feinstein. Nobody. She's terrible. I don't like her.
Are you guys done yet?
No, we're not done yet.
Okay.
Feinstein's kind of slimy.
Yeah, I don't like her either, so I'll agree with you on that. I know that the cool skeptic, hashtag skeptic internet smart conservative thing is. Why didn't they come forward earlier? You have being sexually assaulted is a position that none of us have ever. Maybe I don't know what's happened to you guys, so I don't know what the hell I'm going on about. But there is a level of trauma there, that coming forward, trauma and shame that these people have to put in, risking their lives. Dr. Ford can't even go back to her own home because of these death threats that have been given to her. So I think the whole idea of it being this giant political scheme is completely ridiculous and insulting to the actual victims of these assaults. So I don't even think that should be part of the discussion. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, do you have anything else to add?
No, actually.
Wait, was that already? Oh, wow, that was boring.
I mean, that was 10 minutes, so I mean...
Yeah, I mean, it's only between two of us, it's gonna get boring.
Fun.
Yeah, let's
get out of here. All right,
next topic.
I mean, if you guys, if anyone has any more questions about this that we can discuss
Are
about,
we done yet?
Hold on, I just love during that whole debate, just Japanese chiming in with a girl twerked on my back in art class in 8th grade.
Well, guys, next topic.
I mean,
do I need to throw you guys in the volcano?
Okay.
No, I just want you to say one more time.
No, it doesn't. Kavanaugh's been a piece of shit his entire life. And I didn't even bring up the whole thing he's trying to read. To the Senate what boofing means. Boofing means anal
here we
sex.
go again.
It's not a this guy's clearly a slimy motherfucker. Anyway.
All right, you guys. Okay.
Anyways,
so
if you guys have any more questions for us to want to discuss, you just tell us in the Q&A. Okay, just
yeah.
All right. Everyone want to be thrown in the volcano now? No. Okay.
Remember,
let's move on then. All right. So next topic, we'll be discussing whether Liechtenstein is a country or a micronation. Too bad.
Isn't
Okay,
it?
okay.
Yeah, I know it's a country too. Yeah, but
Viper,
then
Viper,
apparently in the comments someone brought it up, and I asked on Discord, and apparently there's like a confusion that Liechtenstein is a micronation. So shoot, Ram's
Okay,
not here
well,
to give the
Viper-
history. So
I'm pretty sure.
Ryan,
Vi-
do you have the history of Liechtenstein?
Well, the thing, can I just say something real quick about this? Like, unlike when it comes to like stuff like mapping or politics, this is not really an opinion; it's a fact, and the fact is they are a nation, not a micronation. Because a micronation, by definition, is a small area or a political entity that claims national sovereignty, but is not recognized by any sovereign states. Liechtenstein is recognized by I think most states, and is also recognized by the UN. So by definition, it's a nation. It's not a micronation.
It really is.
So there's nothing to argue about here, really.
Yeah, there's nothing to argue about. It's just
Yeah.
basically
Yeah.
if like a whole country's been reduced to like a single city or a couple cities.
Yeah.
That's it.
There's like this thing about like you can rent Liechtenstein for something. What the heck? Apparently, you can rent Liechtenstein for like a day.
Well, either way, they're still a nation. Either way, they're still a
It's
nation.
not a debatable issue.
That's
Either
debatable.
way, either way, they are like recognized by the UN, which makes them automatically a nation, not a micronation.
I don't know why some people.
Liechtenstein is a micronation,
I don't
Japanese.
know why some people would like. I think
People
someone
say it's a micronation because it's a meme. Okay.
Maybe.
I
I
guess.
don't know. People would like say it's okay. Maybe I think they also use microstate. What's that? Is that the
Is this-
same thing as micronation?
Micronation, microstate is different.
Oh, okay. So
Microstate is like
microstate.
basically a fucking city state.
Yeah, there's a difference.
Okay, so do we say Liechtenstein's a microstate?
No,
It's a-
I mean,
no,
if,
no, it's
if
a-
It is a
Liechtenstein,
Liechtenstein is a microstate, not a micronation. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
okay,
Microstate is
okay,
Okay, I
basically-
probably used the wrong term then.
Okay, let me
I'll change to
let me give you a comparison.
Very small state.
There was a nation between Serbia and Croatia called Liberland.
Okay,
They were a micronation because they were not recognized by no one. Liechtenstein is recognized by I think most nations, and is also recognized by the UN. So
Okay,
by
wait, I
definition,
can't
they are
even-
not a micronation.
Okay, wait. I can give a better example for this.
Yeah, sure.
But we can still say Liechtenstein's a
That
country.
Azerbaijani region that has like a lot of Armenians that are trying to break away. That is a nation.
What?
That is a nation.
Okay, fine. A country. How about that? Country.
The country.
It's not a country though. It's not recognized by anyone.
Like,
The-
I'm talking not that. I'm talking about country, like for Liechtenstein.
Yeah, it's a nation, it's a country, whatever you want to call it, but it's not a
if
micronation.
people calling it Liechtenstein, like just it's not even like I feel silly even.
This
debating
is like
it.
that
It's just
meme.
not. It's not even anything that can be debated. If Liechtenstein is a micronation, then every city-state is. Monaco is.
This reminds me of a
Singapore.
meme. This reminds me of a meme where people say that Finland doesn't even exist.
Oh yeah, they have a
Okay,
they have a Reddit
okay.
for that Finland conspiracy.
It's-
Okay. So let's get let me rephrase what I'm saying. So Liechtenstein is a country, but is it also a microstate, or do we call it a country or a microstate, or do we
A
say
country.
both? Okay, but if we call it a
we can say
microstate,
you can say a very small nation, but micronation is a wrong definition.
what about microstate?
I guess that could work. I think I don't know.
Like I don't get it. Like why do we call countries countries, but in some countries, because of their size, can be called a microstate, which also
Okay, no.
confused me with micro.
Okay, I just looked it up, and yes, you can call it microstates. The definition of microstate is a very small country, so which is recognized. So yes, I guess Liechtenstein is a microstate. But it's still not a micronation. It's a microstate.
I miss Finn. Where is Finn?
I mean,
Talking
even
about
Finn.
I mean,
Yeah.
let me look at the comments. I think that person was calling it a micronation, and then on the Discord they were calling it a microstate.
For the love of
I want to.
God, my
So people are.
it's not necessarily confusing. Anyways,
I don't know. I think it's just like such a stupid like just such a non-debatable thing that we're just sort of floating in on ourselves.
Yeah.
I hope you're static and out.
No, because I find it confusing how we call a tiny country a microstate.
It's because I think we need to have a definition for micronations who are not recognized. So that's why we have micronation and microstate.
I think microstate is basically like a city. So, like a city.
Hey, what?
Dude,
Okay, I'm gonna look at the comments right now.
Hold on, wait, veteran. I think it's a city.
I'm kidding.
Do you have a
I'm kidding.
stroke in the middle of that?
Yes. So this is the confusion now.
What do you think? Did you hear my like total voice say?
Yeah, I so heard.
You had a stroke.
Continue, Viper.
Okay, so the comment says that Liechtenstein is. I'm not gonna name who, but it says Liechtenstein is considered a micronation. So that's where the confusion came from. So it's not a micronation; it's a microstate and a country, right?
Yeah, microstate is probably an agreeable term.
Yeah, it literally is just on Wikipedia.
So, yeah, because on Discord they were talking about it's a microstate, but on the comments that guy was saying it's a micronation. I was confusing the two definitions. I see. Okay. Because on Wikipedia it says it's a German-speaking microstate in Central Europe.
Yeah, microstate is a right definition.
Alright. But it's also we can also call it a country. That's another.
Well, it can be both.
Can be both. Okay, that makes sense. All right, I guess we go to the free for all.
Free for all! Free for all!
Super slam.
I have a question for Cosmic. When is 10K special?
Oh my! You're supposed to ask questions.
Okay, 10K special is coming. There's some elements of it that I.
You mean 11K special?
Yes, the 11K special. Okay, the 11K special. There are some elements of it that I have to wait for some other people to like finish it. So it's out of my hands right now.
I thought you already finished it a while ago, but then something happened.
No,
yeah,
there's a whole.
Okay, American Mapper is confusing me. He tagged me, but then he said y'all needs to.
Rat join.
Y'all need. Okay, so American Mapper has been yelling at
Wait,
us.
what the hell, Rat?
What?
Yeah, I just came back.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Now 9 of us.
Did you do my Twitter request, Cosmic?
Oh my god, would you send me onto... I swear to god, Rat just
Gene dance.
chattering everything.
What is it?
No,
only
it's an
bro.
inside joke. I can't make
Only bro.
Inside joke,
Bro
it is
here.
a serious
Only
question.
bro. The answer to your question is Toastland. So I just want to answer the question real quick.
Okay, we got to go back a little bit. American Mapper has been asking us like the whole show what we think about Romanian coming back. So, who wants to start us off here? God, there's a lot of people in here now.
My answer is I don't care.
Yeah, I really don't care.
I don't care either.
You don't care, not at all.
Come back.
You know the way.
No, we don't care.
Immensely. I care immensely. I care
Why?
immensely.
It was
Why?
enacted for a
Because
hero.
he's a. I don't like.
Yeah, give us a reason why.
Okay, first of all, him being at the top of the food chain and continuing to make content that's kind of is not going to do any good for the community. First of
To
all,
be honest, I stopped giving a fuck about the community like well over a year ago.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
okay, well, saying it doesn't matter because I don't care about the community, that's not an argument. That's
No,
just,
I literally,
Well, I mean, why I individually don't care. Yes, it's an argument.
and I don't know if Romanian's changed at all since 2017,
No, he did
but
not.
you know, he hasn't
No.
changed at all.
No,
I
he
don't mean
hasn't.
I don't
No, he
mean
hasn't.
content. I don't mean content. I mean
Oh, you mean that? Okay,
I mean
Cosmic.
personality. If he's still a homophobic piece of shit, then he can go fuck himself.
Okay, Cosmic. I get that. But you don't have to personally
Vin's
like
here,
him.
everybody.
You don't have to personally. Personally, you don't have to like him because yes, if he's a homophobic piece of shit, I guess sure you don't have to like him. But I mean, when it comes to just his mapping channel, like I don't see what that has to do.
Okay,
with
Chris,
anything.
I'm gonna be concerned.
Unless he spread his messages, his homophobic messages in his mapping videos, I don't see what that's relevant at all.
Well,
I mean, if he was making I don't know, mapping video, which was like, I don't know, doing something bad to gay people, then yes, I guess sure that is a valid point. But since he says zero stuff about
Chris, even if
Guys, we're getting too political.
even if he didn't infuse it into his content at all, it still concerns me if he's a homophobe. That still is just a personally gross thing to be, and I don't want the most subscribed mapper to be that.
But he's not spreading the message, though. But it doesn't have to do
I
with.
don't give a shit if he's spreading it or not. It's just the fact that he is that.
Okay, I don't care about that. I mean, sure, I do care about that, but it's nothing to do with this argument. I mean, sure, if you dislike him, just dislike the person because he's a homophobe. And yeah, sure, but I don't see what has nothing to do with his channel.
I mean, it's less about having to do with his channel and more about his place in the community. Like, I wouldn't care. I mean, I still wouldn't like him, but I wouldn't care particularly if he was a small whatever.
Are you like scared like he's gonna turn mappers to homophobe? Because,
no, it's not even.
the biggest
it's
mapper
just an
here.
ethical thing. Like, I don't want the guy who's at the top of the food chain to be a fucking dirty homophobe. That's not like.
I bet there are worse people out there in the mapping community.
I'm sure there are worse people.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah, but I mean, sure. If he became top of this food chain just because he was a homophobe, yeah, that would be very alarming. But people subscribe to him for his mapping content, not for his political opinions.
But that's your entire.
Like you're ignoring what I'm trying to say, Chris. I'm saying that even if it doesn't infuse into his content at all, just on a matter purely ethically, I find it disgusting that he is at the top of the deal and that's the person that's in that position.
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with the actual topic, though. Yeah, he's a homophobe, but it has nothing to do with him actually. Like, a lot of people who actually are against Romanian mapping, they are like against him for his mapping content, not because he's a homophobe, because it has nothing to do with the actual.
Okay, well, first of all, if we're talking about his mapping content, you already know how I feel about that. It's
that you can.
So like, I'm not even like. In more of a practical sense,
this is not fucking a political establishment. Oh, we voted in a homophobe. It's a mapper.
Okay, you can say it doesn't matter. He's a mapper. Nothing matters. Blah, 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 blah. You can say that.
People live in other countries.
It's purely ethically.
No, it's not like you're forbidden to
people grow up differently everywhere. Okay, some countries are not as appealing to homos or gays.
Homos.
Gays. I was thinking about the word homophobe. I couldn't say that. It's a Freudian slip. Never mind. It's a Freudian slip. I'm saying like I'm just saying. The people from other countries they grew up differently thinking about their culture, so like they grew up differently thinking about the
what the fuck
other people.
Well, I don't think that excuses them, man. I mean, fucking.
I mean, yeah. Let's just say that they grew up differently, okay?
I know that doesn't excuse them, though. You know, just because you grow up in a different environment, that doesn't make a difference. I mean, I think we can all agree that soldiers in ISIS shouldn't be excused just because they grew up with those values. No, they're shitty people.
That's a whole other thing.
That's the difference between that, because there's a difference between let's say supposed homophobes and ISIS is that homophones don't behead people, okay? Not usually.
Okay, well that's not the point you're making.
I'm not defending the homophobes here, but I'm saying that there's a difference between some homophobes. People grew up differently.
Everyone take a
Actually, okay, guys. I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but we're very much getting off topic right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish what I was trying to say.
Chris, a fucking hypocrite confirmed. Throw him out of the podcast.
Right. Say. You weren't making an argument about they're not as bad because they're not cutting people's heads off. You're just saying because they grow up in a certain environment, that's the excuse for them acting that way. And I think that that's invalid. That's what I was trying to make the point.
Anyways, we got a question from Brunei Nationalist.
Oh my God!
What is your opinion about the Godfather movie / series?
Brunei Nationalist is a rat's alt, everybody, if you didn't know.
That's a lie. You have no proof.
That is his alt. It's.
You have no proof.
Oh, Chris.
Bum 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 bum.
Ben, say something in chat if you're still here. I need to get in contact.
On Daniel Mapper return, it's like the fucking 6th time. I don't know.
Daniel.
Oh, wait.
Almost heaven.
No,
more like 6th time.
He didn't leave. No, I heard he left. Yeah. His channel is still big.
All right, Finn's still here. Finn.
Almost heaven.
Gotta get his Discord.
West Virginia.
I swear to God, if you talk over West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Life is all
country road.
The trees. Older than
Entyarr
the
That's not very polite of
mountains. Country roads, take me home.
Country road.
Oh my god, Chris.
I swear I heard that from Kingsman too.
Chris, can you stop?
That's it. That is from Kingsman.
They are talking over each other.
Kick Chris out of the podcast. I don't know why you fucking added him in here.
They are talking over each other, Brad.
You have no authority.
Yeah, we
Who's
should end
excited
this.
for Fallout
That's a rule
76?
democracy.
Let's create a map
Sorry
for
that you
only
don't understand the concept of it.
Chris muted the entire acapella group.
Yes.
You retard. I will.
Alright, stop muting each other.
Viper, I petition to throw Chris out of the podcast.
Well, no one will vote about for
Why?
that.
Why?
He hates our American ways.
Okay. I don't know why that's amazing.
Your podcast should be kids memeing and shit. Sings country roads.
Oh, guys! It's a question. It's a question about Sweden. Let's answer it. Chris, is the left party?
Okay.
Wow.
God, muted.
Wow.
My chair's breaking.
Okay, so everyone is calm. Everyone calm down.
Okay, somebody
Take
who
a chill
knows how...
pill.
Okay, I'm gonna...
each other, you bitch.
Okay, I'm going to put Finn's Discord username in the private chat.
The answer is yes.
Wait, God, you sound a little. Have a little accented voice here. Do it more.
Okay, somebody who knows how Discord works, please take that and add him to the guest chat. I beg you.
I will remove this chat.
Okay. So, I think we're finally past all that. That was shit, but you know, that's unavoidable.
we are.
Past that little earthquake.
Any
So,
more
we're
questions?
back to real questions. We got Rat. What do you think about the growing of the AFD and the decline of the CDU/CSU and the SPD in Germany?
Worrisome.
There's your answer.
Right. Moving on.
Worrisome as in, like worrisome as in like the fear
Worrisome
of
in
the
the way
party
that this is
itself, or the fear of what
potentially
would happen.
poisonous to the democracy in Germany.
Oh, so you're saying like the you're saying like the party is, or is it what would happen if the party comes in? I'm saying.
The AFD, the problem with them is that a lot of their actual members and all that are actually Nazis. And if even the fucking New York Times fucking reported about an event in Chemnitz in Germany where basically there was like a how do you fucking call it?
I have a.
Basically, neo-Nazis hunted down or tried to hunt down people who looked like foreigners.
Okay, I have a question about about that. Like you said, a lot of members are Nazis. Are those like just regular voters, or just like actual people that would have actual influence in the party?
Both.
So
Okay,
you're saying the version of neo-Nazis, okay.
then fuck the AFD if that's the case.
I mean, the leader of the Thuringian AFD has been confirmed to be having been a sympathizer of the NPD in the past, and the NPD is commonly known as a Nazi party.
Can't find Finn's goddamn Discord.
No, please, I can't. It will take too long to answer that question.
Can you
Chris
make a
is not
video
free,
on the
he's a
first
Finnish guy, he can't talk about
Italo-Ethiopian
Sweden.
war?
I will make a video about that, gentlemen. Yes, I will. It will be the second episode of my new series, so don't worry about it. It'll just take 3 years.
Who wants to play some MapperCast D&D?
No one has asked me any questions. This is perfect.
Poor wonder.
Poor wonder.
No, this
What
is
do you
good
guys
for me.
think about the media's far-right labeling Field Day of Poland's Independence Day celebrations by Furcon?
God, Chris.
There we go. We got Finn finally.
No,
Wait, what do you think
Wonder-
about the media's
Wonder's
far-right
fucking Scottish, you idiot.
What do you guys think about the Furcon asked like something about the Polish thing? Like
Yeah,
the media
think- I-
putting it as
I
like
have
a
no idea.
right-wing thing.
I'm not from Poland.
Yeah, I don't know about that either.
I'm being assaulted now.
You're literally right next to each other. Come
Well, knowing Poland, I'm sure the media was not.
You guys are... Oh, Patrick, do you know about Mexican politics? They're right next to you, no?
on. Well, you're small. You're small. Okay.
You know, I have a great idea for MapperCast in the future.
A
We
Hunger
should do
Game.
karaoke.
No.
MapperCast
Yes,
karaoke.
we're doing it
Almost
next episode.
heaven.
I'm already gonna plan it out.
West
No.
Virginia.
What about the Billie Jean dance?
I hope you get tortured in Poland for this.
Shut the fuck up. About the
Oh,
Billie
we can
Jean
put a.
dance,
Okay, all right. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna announce this right here, right now. So, after this episode, like maybe in a few hours, on the MapperCast Twitter, I'm gonna put out a poll of songs, and you guys are gonna vote on what we're gonna sing.
Do West Virginia. Do West Virginia.
No.
Speak softly.
Baby.
Guys, can we not, please?
What's happening, Chris?
West
Okay.
Virginia's like the only song I know.
Guys, I'm getting this feeling I'll be sick in a week. Oh, wow.
My little pony.
I'm glad I'm a one-time guest.
Chris, who do
You are. Do you like Stalin? Who do you like more?
Yes.
Stalin, Mao, Trotsky,
Stalin.
Kim second.
Stalin.
Kim Il-sung. I guess I'll choose Trotsky because.
Wait, Viper hasn't read all of them yet.
No, he said Stalin, Mao, Trotsky, Kim Il-sung, but he said two little sung.
Yeah, I don't know why.
It's okay. I choose.
To be honest, for me, it's an hard choice between Trotsky and Mao.
I chose Trotsky because he was less violent and had better
I
intentions.
choose
Trotsky
America.
was less violent. He
choose
gassed entire fucking villages in Russia during the Civil War.
I mean, they're not doing a civil war though.
He gassed literally entire villages with chemicals.
Well, everyone did that during civil wars. Come on.
What the fuck? Is something happening in MapperCast Discord I don't know about?
No, we finally got Finn in the chat.
I bet in American Civil War the Northerners gassed out Alabama. I bet that's a random thing to say, but yeah.
We should gas all Italians.
Yes,
you're right.
we can see you having your Hitler tendencies again.
And to be honest, you would survive because you're actually Finnish. So.
Well, I live in Sweden though, so.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This is actually not that long of an episode. It's been
I mean, then a lot of people wouldn't be gassing because you claim that most of them were Germans.
Look at the Discord.
Oh shit! I forgot to make the quiz. Okay, I gotta make the quiz.
God
Look at
damn
the
it.
Discord.
Make a trivia question about the Godfather.
Cause we've had over a month
I
and you
can
haven't
choose a question.
Yeah.
I'm trying to choose a question which we can all relate to. Can we Olibro asks, can we please have more info about the project MM?
We have no project M&M.
It's our
It's our sponsorship.
To be honest, I leaked some shit yesterday.
Oh my god.
So-
Okay, let me put this out there that what Rat leaked it has nothing to do
No,
with
it's actual footage of the Project MM teaser.
has nothing to do. Like I think like one person actually thought that was us.
Oh yeah. By the way, guys, this MapperCast was sponsored by Project M&M. Please, it's very delicious.
It's sponsored by Big Smoke.
Oh yeah, Big Smoke.
Big Smoke.
The guy in the middle is Big Smoke.
I didn't know you knew Big Smoke, Cosmic. You're pretty famous.
Oh my god, Big Smoke.
It would be a pleasure, Janland. It would be a pleasure.
Okay, let me go through the poster. So on the left we have
Oh my
Cosmic
god.
on drugs. Got budget Italian mapper quiz.
Pretty sure that's
Then
Matt.
we got Fat Walter White.
That's right, aka.
Then we got Finn.
That's mysterious. Oh no, I don't know.
Yeah, that is mysterious is actually in there.
Yeah, that's
on the,
mysterious.
On the right we have the budget version of Mindria.
No.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Okay, what is your opinion on Hungary's position on the EU and the EU's reaction of sanctions?
I think it's retarded how the Hungary's being punished for
for
wrong
breaking
policies.
EU's rules and therefore
Well,
they shouldn't get like the money of my parents that they pay monthly
Yeah,
tax.
I agree. They shouldn't get the money. They should be kicked out of the EU completely. But
Yes.
unfortunately, you can't do that. But
Yeah, to be honest, we should just gas them.
Yes.
yes, the
To be
German
honest,
way.
if
We
in World War II, we need to pay up.
Rat, you didn't finish off the Hungarians yet.
Finish off.
I already pissed off the Serbians with my Oliver of Dark Europe
Rat,
and no limits anymore.
Janda Mapper asked, Rat, can you do a Hitler impersonation right now?
No.
God.
Yes, please
do.
try Hitler impersonation.
Okay.
I need to search my fucking book. Guess who's
Wait, what?
bad? Where the fuck
He needs to search his book, guys, for his Hitler impression.
Returning to Earth in
Majestic
2011.
Mapping, I agree with that statement.
What?
Gas the European. Just get rid of them.
Fuck the European.
Yeah, just get rid of them, please. just end our suffering.
Aren't you European?
I'm proud of that. I'm probably like 1% Hungarian because my great-grandparents lived in Austria-Hungary or some shit.
I mean, Janland, you need to
Cosmic on
start...
83 podcast when.
Janland, if you're gonna invade Greece and Ethiopia together, we need to stock some gas before we can do that.
I think if Chris does that, Italy gets conquered and partitioned by Greece and Ethiopia.
Definitely. No, I shall naval invade
It was
Africa.
Hitler that made you not lose against the Greek.
Yes, but it was ultimately Chano's fault to invade Greece and Mussolini's, but okay.
Yeah, but still, it was Italy.
Yeah, sure. It was Italy. We underestimated the Greeks. It was horrible.
So we got
Are we
NTR.
done yet?
NTR.
Cosmic, did you do the quiz yet?
NTR
Nah,
is
we
in the
really
show.
want it, but
It's
okay.
asking me, when am I going to do the Billie Jean dance? That's great.
Yeah.
Cosmic, or is the quiz done yet?
No, the quiz is.
Oh,
Hurry up and get the quiz done.
I'm trying, man. It's hard to come up with questions.
Yeah, same here.
Here's an old question that was beaten into the ground. What do you think about Brexit?
Didn't we talk like
Dude,
about that
that
last
Article
podcast?
13! Opinion!
Or was it the Scream Fest? I don't fucking know.
It's
We
been
had-
handled
dude, we
wrong
had-
in the end.
We had opinion on Brexit as an official topic like 3 times.
You know,
It's been-
Brexit could be hit on again now with Article 13 and 11 passing.
Yeah, now people be like, yeah, fuck the EU because at Article 13, my memes.
Yeah, so now...
Look, I have a
Brexit just got
controversial
popular.
stance on Article 13. Obviously it's terrible and I hate it and it's a disaster that it was passed, but I'm tired of hearing people talk about it. It's like
You're
people who would
American.
normally not care at all about politics just chime in and it's like, oh, my memes, guys.
You're American. You shouldn't care about it.
You know, that is a concern, though. Like,
It is a concern.
I think Cosmic is mad about this because one time
I need to go soon.
on the MapperCast Discord, Cosmic was bitching about his sex toys, and then a guy out of nowhere came and said, Article 13, Article 13, and Cosmic was like, shut the fuck up, I'm talking about my sex
Yeah,
toys.
Cosmic
I
has
need
an
to go
anal
soon.
vibrator.
We're not
you
talking
know.
about my things like on the podcast.
No,
Oh, you
let's
call
talk
it
about your
things.
anal vibrator, Cosmic. Come on.
Let me just say, it is not an anal vibrator. I do not.
Yes, it
I'm
is.
not that hardcore. I wish I was, but I'm not. The fact of the matter is that I do not have the courage to buy an anal vibrator.
Alp.
Chris, can you do a Mussolini impersonation right now?
I could, but I bet Rad will be like triggered and probably say something.
Just do it. Just do it.
Do it. Do it.
La dichiarazione di guerra!
And then Red muted him. The end.
It's that one who sounds like a Jew who's laughing.
Hey,
Go
don't
on, that's
stop doing it.
See, I told you, Viper. Rad will be too triggered, he would do something.
Was it like sick higher?
Anyways, Alp. What the fuck? Cosmic, Alp.
Do a Hitler impression.
Cosmic, I have to go
Alp, you
soon.
can't ask questions. You're in the MapperCast, Alp.
Coconuts on mammals confirmed. What the hell?
I can't even come up with a question.
Can I die?
Yes.
What the heck?
Buonasera, Damiano.
I just came back here and now Chris screamed in Italian.
Cosmic is the quiz done.
Cosmic, you and Star Wars sucks.
Thanks, Rad.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
It's not me.
Oh,
That is a depressing question.
10 years.
Let's go
dead.
through the past. I want to hear the answers.
I'll probably be suffering from an internal problem.
I'm probably dead
in
of
the next
cancer.
10 years.
Are we done with the questions yet?
Rad, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I don't know. To
Dead.
be honest, there are 2 options I have, and that is going either to the fucking German military and then just basically sit in Frankfurt, do shit, do nothing, and still get like the juicy money from government that I rob from poor people. Yes, yes. Or I end up on the street, commit suicide, or I become an
What?
anti-fascist.
Sounds about right.
Yeah,
The
I
sad
join
thing is
Antifa, go to Sweden and murder Chris. Yeah.
Yes, when you have
No.
nothing left to lose.
Even
I
if
mean,
you're not
I think-
fascist
I
anymore,
think-
I
I
still
think-
come.
I think
Oh
that
yeah.
would. I think if that would have happened, you probably would go free.
I don't have the balls to kill myself, so I'd probably just like rot around. I'll still be here though. I know I'll still be mapping.
You'll
can
be
hold
like,
me to
no,
that.
you'll
Yeah,
probably-
I think I'll be around you too.
So go on Tumblr, they can help you.
The Cosmic we'd be like that 28-year-old still in the mapping queue, like, hey guys,
Yeah.
fucking Romanian mapping.
Oh yeah, you know it. I mean, I've already been doing YouTube for
Even
10
after the mapping
I
community
got
has
to
long
go
died, he
now.
still has
I
like
got
10
to go.
viewers who he makes videos for.
I
like the
got to
only.
go, guys.
Oh, wow.
People think mapping will die before 10.
Bye, Mindria.
Oh, I have to go.
I have to go.
There you go. What about that meetup?
I have to go.
What about
I
that
have to
meetup?
go.
No, I have to go.
Shut up.
Cosmic,
No,
what about
I
that meetup?
have to go.
Wonder has to go too. Oh, Wonder. Okay, so Wonder and Mindria.
Okay. Bye.
Damn.
Cosmic, what's that? What about that meetup?
The one
Talk about it.
with Batman.
With Big Smoke.
I don't want to go too much into it because I'm trying to, you know,
Big
I want it to be a surprise.
Okay. Okay. Fair.
But it
enough,
was
fair.
fun and stuff is gonna happen.
Okay. Fair. enough,
That's
fair
all I
enough.
will reveal.
you
What kind
guys-
of animation do you prefer in mapping? Stop motion or vector?
I have no clue what that is.
Stop motion is like slide by slide kind of.
Yeah,
Vector,
Wait,
I'm not.
but
Oh my
how
god.
is
I think-
vector a different type? Vector is
mathematical
just the
formulas
way you
too.
save images.
Chris,
Sounds
can
like
you make
masking. No, what? No, like bone structures from like I think that's what he means by vector, right? Bone
Chris,
structures.
Does he mean like 3D animation or what?
the fuck, Jan, man?
Polygons or what?
Okay, here's a question for me. Almost 20k subs. What are you going to do for a special? I don't know. I actually don't know.
Billie Jean dance.
No.
Yes.
I don't know what that is.
Jan,
And, also, Chris, can you make a vacation to Almi?
very funny, Jan.
What does that even mean?
That's where the Axis got beaten during World War II, and they got forced back to Tunisia, where they got surrendered, and eventually Operation Husky happened, where they invaded Italy. Then the Italian War happened. They eventually got up to the Battle of Rome, and then actually got up to the border front with the Italian partisans for fighting the
What? What? I heard like Rome, World War II.
I was explaining history.
Yeah.
Oh,
guys, see.
Oh yeah. Okay, Chris, I got a question
game.
for you.
Yes.
What do you think of Scipio Africanus?
I united Germany
Hey,
once.
I think of what?
Scipio Africanus.
Oh, that's
what is
the
Oh,
Roman.
Oh, yes, very lovely.
Paul to Hannibal.
He's a best man.
How about Emperor Majorian?
Everyone thought the campaign in Spain was suicide, but he was the only one to do it.
Yes, he did it. He saved the Romans. There we
Yeah,
go.
he saved Rome. Well, people say that he's the one that saved Rome from the Punic War.
Yeah,
Finish
he
digging
but
up
it-
some
but it-
really
but
old
it-
stuff in
valid.
Africa.
Extra credits argue that it was the guy they promoted as dictator.
That is. I don't know.
He-
I think there's a validation to it.
Hannibal didn't go for Rome. What if he did?
He didn't go for Rome. He just
What if he
lands,
did?
just lands in Rome. And here we go, boys.
What if he did go for Rome?
Chris, can you make a vacation to Tobruk? I'll probably get shot by the Australians if I go to Tobruk. Get it? Because no one gets the joke. Okay, no one reads history.
Guns are banned in Australia, so.
Yeah, but it was a historical. Okay, you know, whatever.
Which one's a better Roman Empire?
Do not do
Byzantine or Latin?
Latin, obviously.
Latin, yeah, Latin.
There we
well,
go.
not the Crusade one, but like the other.
Oh no, no,
The Latin Empire wasn't that like this short-lived empire that tried to defeated the Byzantines in like the fourth Crusade?
Yeah, no,
yeah, not that one. Fuck that one.
Yeah, not that one. If you mean
It's the Augustus one.
If you mean that one, I'll go with the Byzantine. But if you mean actual like Western Latin Roman Empire, then I'll go for that one.
Yeah, definitely that one.
The Crusader one was the best.
Yeah,
Justinian almost reunified Rome. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, and when he got beaten up.
Chris, what do you think about the World War II? There was only one good tank Italy ever made, which was called the P-40, but it was made in 1943. And if you know anything about history, 1943 was not the best year for Italy, so it's kind of useless to have.
It was the best year of its life.
It was the best year of its life. Getting bombed 24/7. That was like 1944, but okay.
I don't care.
You know your Italian history.
Chris, how many Italian stereotypes
No,
can you
no,
do?
I refuse to do that.
Okay.
Someone will record me.
Mamma
and-
mia!
Someone will record me if I do that.
It's the Muppet the movie.
Someone's going to record Cosmic.
No,
Stop muting people, you piece of shit.
I never
Admiral
muted
Yi.
anyone.
Oh yeah, so who do you guys think the
Did
best
you mute
admiral
me?
is?
Stop being a chinus.
A Chinese? I'm
Yes.
not Chinese.
Hey, we should have a next topic for MapperCast. We should discuss the best generals, best admirals in history.
We still have the karaoke shit.
Rodolfo Graziani
No,
was the best general in World War II.
I'm still worried on my quiz.
I don't know, George
Yes.
Washington.
I agree.
What's your
Yeah.
opinion on the UK assets that happened recently? What's the
Yeah,
UK assets?
I think you mean the acid attacks. I don't know, maybe.
I don't know what's
The
recent.
Russians are lul.
What?
What?
No. If you reference those dumb monkey memes again.
If you don't
Lul
add
monkey
admiral,
meme.
I'm leaving MapperCast.
Is this the Muffin Man?
Alp, obviously, Rodolfo Graziani was the best general to World War II. No,
The
no,
best general in World War II was Erwin Warmer.
no, it was Rodolfo Graziani.
Who even is that? Never heard of him.
He was the
Oh, he
guy.
must suck.
He was
Is
the guy.
he Italian?
No,
Was he
the
the
guy.
dude who lost against Greece?
No, he was the guy in charge of the Italian forces during Operation
Oh,
Compass.
so okay, okay, Italian. Okay,
Best general.
okay, Italian being the best
general.
general. Okay.
No.
Best general. Rodolfo Graziani. I think Damiano can agree with me on that one, right? Damiano, is he still there? He's not there. Okay.
Well, you guys are Italian.
Crazy if I do something against someone, will you switch? I will obviously yes. I will switch sides because it's what I do all the time.
Cosmic, are you done with the
I'm
game?
almost done.
Alright.
Almost done.
Who will first implode for Brexit? European Union or UK?
No, neither. I don't know.
It's probably the UK will probably implode first.
No.
And then
The US.
I think UK has another reason to do Brexit because of Article 13 and Article 11.
Oh. We need to have a.
Yeah, because notice that when that passed, the Brexit got brought up again.
Yeah, it did kind.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember it like after it happened, it just died out a couple.
Yeah,
months
but either way, like I don't think the Article 13 will make things faster for the UK. The negotiation will not be better because of it. It's
Like, Article 13.
not like Theresa May will go to European Parliament like we need to leave now because Article 13.
I think that will happen actually. Yeah, we need to leave now. Article 13.
Next crusade when?
Tomorrow, Cosmic. That's for you and me, Cosmic to Egypt.
If you visit
Crusade's happening
Egypt-
right now. What do you think you're fighting against ISIS for?
Chris, if you move to Egypt, will you get kicked out of Egypt and move to Libya? And Libya will start-
Very funny because Italian forces got kicked out of Egypt. No,
It's funny. You'll try to play it off, but it's funny.
Speaking of the Crusades, I should do an alternate history timeline if the Crusader states, if all the Middle Eastern nations are Crusader states.
Wait, you'll upload?
What?
Make a video, Batterin.
Make a video if you're gonna do it.
Make a video, you fucking
I'm gonna do this on the alternate history.
Working bastard.
Yeah, I was gonna
Your
say.
longest procrastination.
I wasn't done with my way of answering the question, but okay. I said if I get kicked out of Egypt, I'll move into Tunisia because the Italian forces got technically moved into Tunisia right away and didn't get the chance to go to Libya because they were too fast in retreating back to Libya. To Tunisia. And
You know, Libya being so
and they got
close to
pushed back to Tunisia, back to Italy when they were Britannici, when they got nuked back Rome, and then they voted in 1943, like Mussolini, and then the Civil War happened when the Italian forces actually moved Napoli when they...
Chris, you should become a rapper.
Yeah. I should rap about Italian
Rap
history.
about obscure Italian history. No.
Yeah, he should be like the new Eminem.
It's like epic
Italian
rap battles
Eminem.
of history, just 1,000 times worse.
Chris is like the Italian Eminem. He should do that.
No.
No, not even if you pay me.
Hey, this guy is like the Italian
Okay,
army
fine. You
is
should
better.
do a really huge squat, and wear a tracksuit.
No, sure.
Just
This
rap.
guy is saying
he
that
already
the
did a
Italian
squat.
army is better than the German one, and you know why? How many world wars did Germany win? How many did you win?
I mean, technically we did switch sides, so we want to.
Swear to God.
At least we didn't got puppeted during one of those world wars.
Fair enough. Yes, it did.
Should gamers
Actually,
rise up?
twice we got puppeted by
yes,
the
you did.
Allies and the Axis at the same time.
Cosmic Fortnite dance, please.
Wait, did you just
Rather burn
wait,
alive.
wait, Rat, did you just admit the King of Italy was a puppet?
Well, it was a military occupation, so yeah.
You fucking Nazi!
Chris, what would you think of Italian Mediterranean lake?
Yeah,
it obviously is. It's Mediterranean. It's an Italian lake. All the Mediterranean seas must be owned by Italy, so Italy can have a monopoly on the Mediterranean trade. Boom.
That's like
To be honest,
but
Italy should
yeah,
just
the
go fuck
Mediterranean
itself.
became a Roman lake. You know, Mediterranean became a Roman lake.
Yeah, it's a Mare Nostrum, Nostro Mare.
Okay.
Yeah, but Chris, Italy are Germanic.
No, only
Yes.
like
Ask
no.
the Lombards and the Avars.
I mean, they have German blood, but
Avars were not
they're not 100% Germanic. They have German
Yes.
blood, but it's
Yeah,
like
but you also got like a little bit of Arabic blood.
that's not saying the French
Yeah,
or
you also
Germanic.
got a little
because-
bit of Arabic blood from the Fatimid culture.
Yeah, the Sicilians have a little bit of Arab. Yeah, no shit, like they're like brownish. We know that, Rat. You're not being woke.
We have three influence, and now we
Yeah.
get to the Godfather, okay?
No, we do not. Next question.
Has Chris ever tried going to Greece but gets kicked out?
Yeah, like every time they're like, no, back to Albania with you, and then they try to shoot me, like my great grandfather. I still want to mute him, but I'll get shouted at, so I can't. Wow, very funny, Jack. Jack, can you stop making like World War II Italian jokes?
The most.
What if Italy conquered Gaul?
Damiano, say one good thing about Sicily. I'll be waiting. Except for the cannolis.
What if Italy conquered France?
Oh yeah,
no, I said Gaul, not France.
I know. I mean France.
It's the same thing.
All France is in Gaul.
What if Romans? Hey guys, what if Romans conquered Gaul? What if
What if
they
They
did?
did.
What if
What
the
if they
Romans
did?
conquered?
What if they actually did conquer Gaul?
What if the Romans conquered
It was a
Scotland?
joke, it's a joke, Viper. Anyways, what if Romans actually conquered Gaul?
I'm just
What?
waiting desperately for a decent question.
Yeah, they're all making like World War II Chris
They're all
jokes.
like making.
Actually, guys,
incredibly
here's a better question.
specific,
Here's a
incredibly
better
entertaining
question.
joke.
Here's a better question. What if the Axis lost World War II?
Alp.
What if Italy lost World War II?
I know, right? What if they did?
Then
But
it
they never
would
did. Though.
suck.
Well, they never lost World War II.
What if the Gauls conquer Rome?
Never. The barbarians. Actually, never mind. I was gonna say the barbarians never conquered Rome, but they kind of did. So never mind. I take back my statement.
No, called Gauls conquering Rome.
Yeah, Gaul's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, I know, but I.
USA got the
What if
revolution.
Bulgaria won World War One?
What if Hitler was Hungarian? Because he lived in Austro-Hungary at the time.
Are you loving this question, Cosmic?
Oh
You're
yeah,
loving-
great.
What if Hitler was Bulgarian?
Yeah, Wonder had to leave earlier. Gervania.
Yeah.
Actually, wait. Here's a better question. What if Hitler
Cosmo, are you
was
done the quiz?
Japanese?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Quiz is done.
Chris, what is your opinion on pineapples on pizza?
The people who eat that should be put into Auschwitz immediately.
They should be
Oh,
fucking
I-
hung upside down and flat.
Yes, Cosmic is right for the first time.
Hit.
Hey guys,
Guys,
what
come
if
on,
you
quiz,
put
quiz,
vegetables on
quiz.
their pizza?
Okay, we are gonna do the quiz, but first I need to make sure people know pineapple pizza people. They need to be thrown into a vat
Yeah.
of boiling semen.
But
No,
if you eat
no,
pineapple, your
Cosmic,
sperm
Cosmic,
tastes
Cosmic.
better.
Cosmic, that is way too gentle. They need to be put into
A
Auschwitz.
vet-
Maybe you should be thrown
Fuck
into
the
a volcano
quiz.
for interrupting.
No,
Yes.
Okay, we should do the quiz now.
no.
All
You know,
right,
I'm gonna make this volcano thing a meme of MapperCast now. Every time someone
this
interrupts
volcano.
volcano.
Wait, what? What is
All right, here
this?
we go, guys.
What
We're
if
doing
Chris
the
wasn't
quiz.
Italian? That's
So
actually
quiet on
the
the
case
set,
in our
folks.
timeline.
Right into the volcano.
I don't care.
Wait.
What?
Wait, hold on. What did? Oh, never mind.
All right, we're doing
Uh,
it. Okay, here we go. Time for the
Okay,
competition
okay,
quizzical.
okay. Vicky, you need to burn in hell.
No.
Finn, you son
All
of a
right,
bitch.
folks. So
I ship Hungary with Prussia.
here we are. Question number one, fan winner. So, whoever gets the question right here will be able to send us a topic that will be guaranteed to be discussed on the next episode of MapperCast. You can send us the question on or the topic on, you know, MapperCast Twitter, MapperCast Discord, the comment section of this video once it's an actual video. Anywhere you can reach us, that's where you can send it. So,
as long as it's appropriate.
Question 2. Which MapperCast member invented the wildcard topic?
Cosmic, you said question 2.
Did I say question 2?
Yeah.
Oh, question 1, excuse me. Which MapperCast member invented the wildcard topic?
This one should be easy.
Yeah, this one should be easy.
I did.
Oh, bro, got it. Right?
No, it wasn't me, actually.
Oh, really? Was it? Oh, shit.
Yeah,
I don't know my own history. Shit. Shit.
Dun, 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 dun. Freespawn is not a member. Robert D. Kinderen got it again! It's mysterious mapping!
Oh my god, I really thought Cosmic made it, because, you know, he always does it.
It was actually his idea.
Well, I wasn't there when you invented it, so...
So, congratulations to Robert... What's his face? Robert D. Kinderen, also known as Taint Mapping.
Kinderen.
He is the... 2-time fan winner, so congratulations to you.
How many people are 2-time anyways?
So good for him. Mysterious mapping. Don't you love this? Don't you just love this? Let's move on.
He should
definitely Imperious offline, so he can't win.
Question.
So,
Mysterious mapping does a Russian squat.
Yes. Question 2, mapper winner. So, whoever gets this question right on the next episode of MapperCast, we will review one of your mapping series at the beginning of the show.
And
so
don't. If you already got reviewed, don't answer. Don't answer.
And if your name is Imperial Mapping, also please don't answer.
And if you're not a mapper, don't answer.
This is a pretty easy question to get. So yeah, but if you are not a mapper, do not answer this question. If you do not have a mapping series that we haven't already reviewed, like if you have a mapping series that we haven't already reviewed, go ahead and answer the question. But just, like, please don't answer the question if you don't have a series, because every time we do this, some like non-mapper does it.
Can I answer?
Could we just put the answers of non-mappers? We can do that. We don't.
Alright, let's get to the question.
All right, let's just get to the question. Who was the first MapperCast? Who was the first MapperCast mapper winner?
I was, of course.
This one's pretty easy, so.
I was the first winner.
I was the first winner, obviously.
The first mapper winner. The first one ever. Was not Batran. Wasn't Viper founded the show?
No, Damiano is right. It was Void.
None of these are real.
Him as the worst mapper during the same podcast way.
People actually say my name.
It's fucking easy, guys. Why can't you get it?
And the winner is SKM with the answer. Who cares? And your mom. And no, you are mom.
Only bro got it. Rectangular Cats mapper. So
wait, was him?
Was him?
Yeah, it was he was the first mapper winner.
What the fuck?
Does Only Bro have a show?
Only Bro, I feel like you should know.
No. We only reviewed.
We
only reviewed him.
No, we never reviewed his videos.
Yes, we did.
We never did. Chris.
We reviewed him.
When did we review him, Chris?
So congratulations to Only Bro is our mapper winner.
I will look through every episode if I can find that. Boy, I'll do it right now. I'm doing it right now. Like all of you.
Only Bro has mapping videos on another website.
Oh. Wait, yes. Oh, well then I guess yes.
Only Bro, you're gonna have to send us those videos because we.
Don't send us to Pornhub, though, okay?
Why?
Only Bro, don't send us to Pornhub, okay?
Yes, please do that.
Is that where? Yeah, I want to see those.
We're not see that.
So congratulations to Robert D. Kinderen and Only Bro 555, our winners for today.
A check. Remember, guys, a check big enough buys the country.
What?
Wait. Did we ever do the mapping podcast topic?
Yeah.
I wasn't.
We did.
Cosmic. Why
I forgot to tell you because you were being
Cosmic.
Yeah, maybe you should have been here for the
I'm never asking you that ever again, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, you shouldn't. You should
Okay, just say what the topic is. I forgot.
Next time I'm asking, I'm gonna ask Alp or someone.
You should just be here for the...
Yeah, I'll be here and just listen to stuff that I don't care about and stuff that I don't even know about.
No. You're a member of the show. You have a responsibility to watch the show.
No, I don't have the responsibility to watch stuff that I don't know about. No, I don't.
Oh my God, shoot me in the head. So this is the end of the show. This is the traditional advertisement part of the show.
Cosmic. I will shoot you in the head, okay?
Volcanoes, everyone! Volcanoes!
Yeah, let's throw me to a volcano instead. It'll be much more fun to see.
Okay.
I'm immune to fire, okay?
Kind of move the show forward.
Lava is not fire.
I'm immune to heat.
That's Viper's job, Cosmic. Don't you dare take.
Well, I'm asking because I don't think he remembers. Matt, at the beginning, before we started, you said you had an announcement, and this is the advertisement part. So what is it?
Oh yeah, I'm leaving McDonald's.
You're leaving McDonald's?
Oh God!
Guys,
announcement? I thought
that's the big announcement.
No, I don't think I can take this. I don't. Wait, I need to sit down.
Yeah, I gotta sit down, guys.
Bertrand has officially abandoned capitalism and now joins the
No, I did not officially abandon it. I'm still in there. I'm still working there, but I'm gradually pulling out.
Bastard, before you leave, can I get a McDouble?
Okay, here you go. Have a nice day.
I don't know if you have it, but in Germany we have like a pizza Mac. It's the pizza burger and McDonald's now.
What the fuck?
You want to hear a McDonald's story I have?
No.
Shut up. I don't know.
Volcanoes.
Can you not? Okay, let's end this stuff since no one's doing it.
Okay, any
Here's your McDouble. Have a nice day.
Any more advertisements?
Okay, bye.
One time a customer asked me, "Why are the onions slightly off the center? I want a new sandwich."
Yes.
To be on the same.
Wow, dude.
What the hell?
They're kind of put on there a little messy.
I have an announcement. I am halfway done with my slides for my new video. Ooh.
Still finished though.
It's halfway done. Took 3 years. We did it, boys.
Really?
Actually, how long did it take till I uploaded a video? Wait. Dude, hold on a second.
Alright, this podcast is getting too long. Let's end.
Okay, for the final, a little advertisement. I uploaded a new video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out yet. There you go.
I uploaded Isolated Europe episode 12. So.
Oh,
I have an announcement. Okay.
Yeah, that's my advertisement. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Only 7 months? Only 7 months to upload a mapping video. It takes like 6 months to upload an actual video, so only 6 months, not 1 year yet. We're not there yet.
We'll get there.
Maybe I can upload within a year, so that'll be a new record.
All right, everyone, time to end the stream. Ready? 5.
Let me do my picture.